Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then look no further, because you can join said Discord group by clicking on the first of the two links that Artemis Fowl has kindly provided there. Thank you, Artemis Fowl. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that and you'll find all of the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players. Exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan Stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here. Set ourselves back to our defaults, and let me know if there is anyone who would like to get us started today. Buenas noches. Good night. Whatever language we're going in today. No, it'll be English. It'll be English. Lilac is looking to get in. Nice. Let me know if there is anyone else. Oh, and let me hop into Discord while I'm at it. Let's see. Okay. I'm in on Discord. And of course, let us know if there's anything setup-wise you'd like us to do, although, as is often the case, may be best to figure out who we have in first before we start doing that stuff. But Murph, Lilac, Artemis Fowl, good to see you all. I did see, Murph, you were mentioning how you'd been scheming. You've been cooking. So I don't know when Murph may choose to break out this devious request, but it seems like we may have something in store at some point today from Murph. If you'd like to get in here, we are looking for someone else to face off against Lilac. Oh dear. This, a makeup? A way to redeem yourself, Murph? Was that last week or the week before?
Oh yeah, when I made the lore request.
No, just to punish others. Oh, okay. He's not redeeming himself. He's more so just getting revenge. In that case, is what it sounds like.
Murph, just so you know, I'm kind of a Pyre lore expert, so this'll probably be fun. I think. I'm assuming he is going to ask some sort of insanely complicated or difficult lore related.
Well, he says, knowing Pyre lore will not help.
No. Oh no. Well, I'm screwed.
Alright. Well, let us know if there is anyone else who would like to get in, because we do have room for one more. We have Lilac, or actually, Lilac, let me get you an invite while I'm at it. But we're looking for someone to face off against Lilac here.
Wait,
Artemis Fowl, if you'd like to get in.
I'm surprised you were able to send me an invite because I already have Pyre open, actually.
Oh. Oh, Macaws is here and does indeed spy a Murph in chat. It is true. It is true. Murph is, well, to put it one way, threatening to redeem some kind of devious request. We're not exactly sure what it's going to entail just yet.
Do I have any particular reason to be afraid?
I don't know. Ask Murph.
Murph, should I be scared? Also, am I playing against Murph, Macaws, or you, Liz?
We have yet to establish who is getting in the second spot here. We are still looking for someone. Artemis Fowl says it will not be him.
Darn.
But Macaws, Murph, or anyone else for that matter, if you would like to get in.
Artemis Fowl, you should play Pyre. You should try out playing Pyre.
I mean, we got you in every once in a while back in the day, right, Artemis Fowl?
Wait, really?
Artemis Fowl is, he's an OG, yeah.
Oh, nice. I thought he just, like, hung out.
iRotor can play for a few. Perfect. Nice. Let me see if I can get an invite out to one Mr. iRotor in that case. I suppose now, assuming we do get iRotor in here. Artemis Val's like, Lids, that was a long, long time ago.
Your glory days are over, huh? And I will be dissidents.
Okay. Looks like iRotor on player. Well, I guess one person on controller, one person on keyboard mouse. Easy enough to set up. I am curious. Hold on. Give me a second here. I legitimately do want to check back to see when. I just want to see if I can get a sense for when we last got Artemis Fowl in. Let's see. 2021, possibly. I'm just looking at Discord DMs, and we had a few from back then, so several years ago. It's true. It's true. Need a moment to check the receipts on that. Yeah, that may or may not be correct. I just quickly skimmed through Discord, so that may not be accurate, but I was just looking for a general sense. But anyways, let me set you guys up here. That does check out? Okay. Alright. Should have these two set and ready to go now. Have we received any requests? I don't think we have, so give you guys a second here.
Actually, you know how I mentioned, pick a number between 1 and 50, Lids.
1 and 50?
Yes, one between 1 and 50.
Okay, let's go 42.
Okay.
Can I get a 42, please?
Alright, alright. I'm not sure how I would categorize. I'll just make it a Titan Stars request. Also, thank you for putting in the description for Titan Stars request that it only makes it harder for player 1 because I keep forgetting that.
Did I didn't add that this week. If that's there, it's always been there.
Oh, then I am good at noticing things, I swear.
I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't changed that in years.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, you say Titan Stars. Imps and all imp-adjacent anything is banned. So no Isle of Calmer, no Flutterfly, no... Oh yeah, Thrash Pack, technically, I could see. No Feral Curse. Oh, yeah, that's adjacent, I suppose. No Black Heart. Okay. Yeah, there's actually a surprisingly large number of things that affects. Interesting. Okay, so I guess that means we could either lock in a different arena or we could just roll a random arena and cross our fingers that it doesn't give us the Isle of Calmer. And then similar for the song. Although the song we won't really know until we're actually started up, so we should probably lock in a song of some variety. So we don't have to reset everything in the case of a Thrash Pack. Artemis Fowl will be very displeased with this, for what it's worth.
What, is Artemis Fowl an Imps fan?
Artemis Fowl is, well, I won't speak for Artemis Fowl, but let's just say you may not be the only Dissidents member at the moment.
Ah, I see. Well, I mean, I already knew that, considering Chewing Dragon is a Dissidents member.
Hmm.
A true Dissidents member. I should clarify. Speaking of which, where is Chewing Dragon, I wonder?
I don't know. At this rate, we may be summoning him, for all we know.
I mean, I've pinged him in the Discord.
Oh, you did? Okay, well, we very well may be in that case. Alright, I'm gonna lock in. I'm just gonna go one of the early non-Thrash Pack songs here for the sake of abiding by this request, but let's hop in. If we do happen to get Isle of Kalimur, we'll reset. But otherwise, we're looking at nothing imp or imp adjacent.
Stand forth, exiles.
This is one of those
You
requests
heed
that I
the
would have
summons
preferred
to the
to
nest of
watch
Trieste.
instead of participate in.
Here
Honestly.
you may yet prove your worth. Know that the scribes themselves are watching. The withdrawn stand prepared. Dissidents, stand ready.
Okay.
Ah, there we go. Okay. For some
Now
reason,
we shall get
Pyre was
started.
not. It was frozen for a bit.
Oh,
It's working.
okay. That's potential
It's fine.
reason for concern, but
It's
hopefully it's fine.
Okay.
So no imps, no imp adjacent stuff.
I just realized that I am the Dissidents, so I technically broke my own request right out the gate.
Oh.
Oh well.
I mean, technically you didn't list dissidents
True.
on
but they
that series of things that are banned, although it is probably imp adjacent for the same reason that many of those other things are also imp adjacent, like Thrash Pack.
Exactly. Exactly. I am a fool.
Of course, this is an arena with bits of fiery lava, so having flying exiles to fly over said pits of lava tends to be a pretty common strategy. But with no imps, maybe that's why we see both players opting for harps here. In addition to some demons for Iroder, and at least one demon in the form of Orlek, thus far for Lilac.
Is there any lore on good old Fred?
Any lore on what?
Fred?
Not much, I don't think. I think Fred remains quite mysterious in that way.
We have Gareth. We got Gareth lore.
Yeah, Gareth lore is definitely much more storied. I mean, the Fred lore is that Soxiana's nickname is Fred. And that's about the extent of it.
In honor of the
I mean, like complicated backstory. What
But, you know, beyond that, I mean, is it a
What if-
pseudonym? Is it a secret identity?
This is why
Who
we need
knows?
Chewing Dragon here to come up with the Fred meta.
I'm not sure anyone really knows. Maybe not even Fred.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery to everyone.
And I think that may be the way that Fred likes it. Fred seems the rather secretive type, if you ask me. Oh, and Lilac sacrifices some exiles in order to prevent that score, and it took the whole team and then some to do it. Now here is Orlek. And Lilac plunging in. 20 damage from, I believe that was Pamitha, not Fred.
Poor exile.
Now it is Pamitha against Fred and Orlek, but Orlek goes down, so that is Iroder's Pamitha plunging in. She is back in this round. Temporarily, though, as she now gets banished. As does Orlek. As does everyone except for Fred on Lilac's side.
Good.
Oh, but Fred couldn't quite pull it off that time round. Did have the Bright Wisp for the automatic passing, although didn't really help on that occasion, as Lilac nearly pushed Iroder into the Pyre, which in some ways could have almost worked by, obviously, one way or another, Iroder was going to score in that situation, but could have potentially changed what Iroder intended to be as a throwing score into a plunging score, and at least that means Iroder would lose one of his preferred exiles for a round. Alas, that is not how it transpired. So it is merely theory. Pamitha switches in to Vizpaleth. Fred
Sublime.
plunges in here.
Fred for the win, baby.
Fred is gone in this round, and at the moment it's just Orlek for Lilac, but he goes into the lava. Pamitha.
Fred maxing.
Oh. Yeah.
Pamitha blocked. Now banished. Demon versus Demon. Orlek sidesteps the cast, but then gets blocked.
The orb is taken.
Here comes Iroder with Vizpaleth. Banishing throw gets rid of the last defender.
A devious maneuver.
That means time for a 30 damage throw, and that drops Lilac down to 5.
And we are finished here.
That, of course, means likely just one score will be all that Iroder needs here. As I do not believe Lilac has any form of rekindling. If there were a time for Fred to pull off a miracle, this might be it, but alas, there is no miracle today.
The withdrawn
As Fred, Lilac, and the Dissidents fall short. Perhaps fitting, as this was supposed to be a non-imp match, and as we were saying, the Dissidents are technically the imp triumvirate.
Despite the fact that that's something
Until
that's
the
been very
next
intriguing
rite.
to me, is that the Dissidents triumvirate, the sigil is the same colors as Jomer, but the fate is the same color as Hobe. Does anyone know what's up with that?
It's a little strange. I mean, and in general, of course, having 3 imps on, or rather 3 curs on what is supposed to be the imp triumvirate is a little bit odd. Except if you, I mean, technically, if you want to say, well, the whole motto of the Dissidents and Aub is everyone who doesn't belong belongs. There's no such thing as being an outsider, and so rather than having the conventional triumvirate composition you would expect of the imp scribe, instead it's everyone who does not fit the imp description.
That's a fair argument. Do you think Jomer and Hobe had a falling out?
Oh, I thought you were gonna somehow weave Fred into this story.
Well, I could. Give me a minute.
Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything we would like to see for the next one. As we will otherwise reset to our defaults. That was our first match of the day between Iroder and Lilac. It was a special request from Lilac to remove everything imp and imp adjacent related.
I'm curious as to what Murph's big request is.
Yeah, I don't know what Murph has in mind here, nor do I know when Murph is planning to break it out. If it's something he's saving on to, something he wants to participate in himself, or he's, more so... Well, he said it was gonna be something that... Hold on. Where was it? punishing,
Hello.
just to punish others.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
It's Babs.
It's a me.
It's Babs.
I'm
Hey,
actually
Babs.
using Answer right now, and here is how. And I'm on my phone, and I don't know how to get to Twitch, so I'm like watching spiritually. I'm old. I don't know how technology works. It's all very confusing.
Do you want me to give you the link? Or, I mean, you can stay in the voice chat if you want.
I would love the link, actually. Thank you.
You are welcome. Hold on. I think Lids put it in the chat already, but here
Oh
it
my
is in-
god, yeah. Let me. Oh, wait.
Do you have any requests you want to make?
So I want to request that. I don't have anything planned yet. Just so no, I have no. I don't even know what requests exactly are. Honestly, I'm very out of the loop.
That's
Just-
okay.
just
We'll give
like-
you some time to scheme.
Yes, just like say what you want to see in the match, and I can like work it out financially for you.
Eventually.
Work it out financially for you? Is that what you just
Like
said?
I'll pay for it. It's on the house.
Lilac is bankrolling other people's requests.
Exactly.
Incredible.
Incredible
Like-
indeed.
Like you give me the impression that you're not used to using Twitch, so you can just like tell me what you want to request, and I will pay for
That's
it.
true. I think I've used Twitch maybe, I would say probably 5 or 6 times.
I'm rolling in the lid coin.
Wait, what are I'm sorry. You have to explain what is requests and lid coins and all of that.
I can give you a quick explanation if you'd like.
I would love it.
Basically, the way it works is that as you are watching the stream, over time you will generate these virtual points, which we call lid coins. There's a little icon below the chat window with a red circle with a white L, and that
Yes.
will have a number next to it. That's how many lid coins you get, or how many you currently have. And as you watch the stream, and occasionally you can press a little button there, and it will allow you to earn a few more lid coins, you can then, whenever you'd like, click on that little icon there, and you'll see a few options pop up where you can do things like choose a player's talismans, choose a player's exiles,
wonderful.
masteries, a song, all those sorts of things.
Liz,
That's cool.
I can't. Hold on. I can't. Is this my stream bugging out? Wait. Okay. I think it was just my stream bugging out. For a second, I thought that you were like flashing between the starting screen and the actual stream, and I was getting concerned.
Oh no, I probably tabbed out. Might be what you're seeing there.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm reading what Lilac wrote in the stream. My bad. I didn't know that the voice chat was
No,
for
it's
players
fine.
only.
No. It's fine. Stay. You have to stay
No,
now.
it's tricky if we have like
Just don't
everyone
get too
in the
rowdy.
voice chat at once and suddenly everyone's talking over each other and it becomes hard to hear or
Right.
understand anything. So it's mostly just
Okay.
to avoid that.
All right, I'll behave.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Good to have you.
I will I don't know how long I'll be around, because right now, Ansa's out helping his friend buy a mattress, and I'm just chilling until they come back.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, no worries. At least as of right now, it does not appear as though we have any requests from chat, so this one might
I
be a
have
simple,
one.
straightforward match in which we have the
have
players take their
one.
preferred teams, unless that's about to change.
Hold on.
Whenever I hear Lilac tippity-tapping away at the keyboard, I suspect something may be forthcoming. Doesn't
Something
always
devious.
happen that way, but puts me on my guard. Ah, I see. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised we didn't find ourselves here for the first match.
It's Babs's first time here, so we gotta use the boat.
All right. Fair
Yes.
enough.
We gotta show Babs the best arena.
Break out the boat
I know-
magic.
I know you've played Pyre before, I just mean like this is your first time in RITE NITE as far as I'm aware.
I think I went to RITE Night, like several years ago. I think that's the last time I was at RITE Night.
Well, the boat is the best
Welcome.
arena.
I love the boat. I love the
Who
Pyre
shall
hearts in their
conduct the
song.
rites?
Yes.
All right, so no requests from chat other than that arena one that we've obviously already redeemed. So your team compositions are all up to you. It's a goals, bracer, power casting, headwind in the first spot for iRotor.
It sure would be a shame if Chewing Dragon showed up randomly.
Speedy Oralek in the first spot for Lilac.
Wait, Babs, you Chewing Dragon? Like, which one?
I do not know Chewing Dragon. I know Speedy Oralek.
Lids, you have to tell Babs about Chewing Dragon.
Well, perhaps Chewing Dragon can introduce himself if he is to make an appearance later today.
Chewing Dragon is something of an infamous figure around these parts.
Is that you in chat as well, Babs?
Yes,
Okay,
I am
gotcha.
Babs Baloney.
That's
No,
a
this
really
is second Babs.
Yeah, that is the other type of Speedy on Jodariel for Lilac, as it appears as though iRotor is on the verge of going all in on Nomads.
intriguing.
Speaking of going all in,
Yes, I am also going
that
in.
is exactly what Lilac is doing here, except with demons.
It's the boat, Lids.
Is Chewing Dragon real or just an entity? An enigma? A myth? A legend? The world may never know. What we do know is that iRotor is getting us started with a 20 damage plunge, that time from Headwind, but he is now gone in this round.
I can confirm that Chewing Dragon is very much real.
Big power casts from Headwind, who has now made his return.
He recently left me a message on my Steam profile of interesting riddle.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
There's a little boat magic for you, helping Lilac in for a 30 damage demon plunge.
Babs, are you familiar with the boat magic?
I'm not familiar with the boat magic.
Perhaps we can demonstrate a bit of it here, as iRotor throws this one in for 20.
What do you prefer?
What do
Already
I
little
prefer?
bits and pieces here and there.
Yes.
Banished all of them.
Everyone down, though, on Lilac's
Wait.
side.
Headwind
Prefer in
flung
regards
the
to
orb
what,
into
what?
the flame.
I first I was saying like Babs, he hasn't even heard of the boat magic, and then I searched
Oh.
the sheet, and I was like, which do you
The
prefer?
dissidents are
I
banished
actually,
to the
I do
last.
name only. That's what I'm trying out these
Orbs
days.
engulfed.
Okie dokie. Let's write
Well,
that
thank you
down.
for checking. Yeah, that's the important part of RITE NITE.
Headwind stopped just in front of the pyre.
Oh shit.
Isboleth banished there. Now Lendl
All banished.
is an exploding Lendl. Little ace up his sleeve. Of the explosive
That's
variety,
another
of course.
A lot of the talismans have like nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have exploding exiles. We have
That's always fun.
Did that one
we have
throw
the
it in?
can singularity and the nutrition stick.
Classics.
Now to the
Classic.
Lendl. Oh, meanwhile, the defender jumps over him. It's a secret strategy, in fact. There's some boat magic as well, though not maybe the timing that Lilac was looking for on it.
Unfortunate for the
As everyone down on Lilac's side, means time for iRotor to throw that one in for 20.
The scribes are
Ooh, shit.
A second wind.
Jody. Shoulder smashed. iRotor moving in. Headwind one side, Lendl the other. Lendl sacrifices himself for the team.
Wow, Lendl does
United
something
in
useful for
banishment.
once.
Harsh words.
Onward
As
for
Snadra is the one who finishes the job here, plunging for 20, and that drops Lilac down to just 5. So one score, likely all that iRotor needs here. Once again, iRotor with the shoulder smash, proving to be quite effective on the boat. Somehow seems to jump over, but not into the Pyre on that occasion. Lilac out of stamina. iRotor able to chase down that player, throws it in, and takes the win.
the withdrawn prevail.
GG.
Wait, is Chewing Dragon real or just an entity like Germa?
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Germa is real, I think.
The world may never know.
Did you know that for the longest
Until
time
the
I used to think
next
that Harry
right.
Dubois was a real person?
Think that who was?
Harry Dubois from Disco Elysium.
Oh. Well, we are back. So let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one, setup-wise. Otherwise, of course, as always, we can leave it up to the players to take whatever they want. That is an option as well. We do also have the archetypes, which I don't think we did at all last week, but those still exist. There are still several, I think, that we've never even seen before. Let alone how, of course, every match, every player, every arena is going to lead to something different, even if you roll the same archetypes. Have both contestants played Hades? Murph is asking. Are we talking Hades 1 or are we talking Hades 2? I would generally advise that we avoid Hades 2 spoilers. Well, with it technically not being out yet. So I don't know which one you're referring to, but if it is Hades 2, then I would just throw out that caution there. Murph says Hades 1 is sufficient. Have you both played Hades 1?
I have. Whether that is a good thing or not is up to you.
iRotor, I think you've played Hades 1, right?
I have played this one, yes.
Okay, so both people do have experience with Hades 1. This is coming from Murph, the person
Right,
asking
is
this
this
question.
related to the request?
That's what I'm starting to wonder.
Murph, what are you planning?
Is that where this is headed?
Babs, I'm assuming you have also played Hades 1.
I did not finish it, but I did play part of it, and I know kind of basically everything that happens.
Mm-hmm. Never played it, but I'm kind of an expert.
Some might call me, pushes up glasses, an expert. I would just like you to know that I did in fact push up my glasses when I said that.
Really adds to it.
Okay, Murph, bring it on. I'm ready.
I mean, we don't know. We're speculating here. We think this might have something to do with the big request that Murph was teasing us about before, but it might be completely unrelated.
Imagine he hypes it up and then it's just like, boat.
It's something completely normal.
Are you implying that the boat is normal?
Well, I mean, that depends how much boat magic is at play.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we all know, that can vary significantly from one match to the
Wait,
next.
What did you say, iRotor?
While the request on... okay. Then I'll answer that some other time.
Okay, Murph says, for every catchable Hades fish you can name, you
What?
get to take one thing, mastery or
What?
talisman. So if you can name 15, you can take a fully kitted team. Wow.
I got a bunch of them, but I can exactly name 0 of them. So I'll just...
Well,
Also,
it was
I feel
nice
like
seeing
player
you,
2
Ivo.
has a distinct advantage here where they can just parrot whatever player 1 says. Yeah, so don't say them out loud. What are we, do we DM me? In Discord? Is that how we do this?
Wait, that's actually a good idea. I was going to switch the teams so I could go first, but actually DMing.
I think DMing is in Discord is the best way to do it so that we don't accidentally reveal what may only be 1 or 2 answers that we have available to us.
Welcome to Right Club, Babs. This is normal. This is quite.
It's
Well,
a fun time.
Actually, this is quite. This is more my, my specialty. This is the
Okay,
kind of
Murph
thing
says
I
there are a total of 18 fish species in Hades 1. So you have to be almost perfect if you want to have a fully kitted team.
God.
Something tells me we may not get anywhere near that.
Can we just shorten this a bit, Lala? Can you name any?
I can name a few.
Okay.
I can name 0, so just name them on stream. I just take nothing.
Okay, iRotor is waving a white
can I-
flag here, it seems.
Wait. Pause for a second. Can I? Actually, I'm going to lock this in with Libcoin.
Oh.
I think.
The suspense while you're tapping away at your keyboard is killing me. Apparently, this is quite the elaborate request. There we go, okay. Exiles. Lilac says, I can't redeem Titan Stars, so using this. I request that Murph's request be postponed until it can be carried out to its fullest. This is too good to pass up. Well, I suppose iRotor was saying he could not name a single one, so maybe...
So I vote that we do this when we have someone that can participate in this request.
Okay, Murph, are you okay if we hold off on this for now?
Please say yes. Please say yes, Murph. We want to honor your request to the fullest extent.
I affirm, but the other contestant has to honor the rule that they didn't oh, true! The cat's out of the bag now. Ooh. That's true.
I promise.
Okay. Feel like we're entering a... No, okay, never mind. Avoid Schrodinger's cat reference. Let's just go.
Let's go.
The withdrawn shall take on the dissidents.
Okay.
Welcome.
So, in that case, that means no requests for this one. We are putting Murph's request on hold for now. So, players can take whatever they'd like, and in iRotor's case, that is a Banishing Throws Dalbert. Speedy Stowaway in the lead spot for Lilac. Of course, we did see... Was it the previous match? I've already lost track at this point. Or was it the match before that? When we had the Imp and Imp-related things banned. Because iRotor is breaking out an Imp now. Perhaps players making up for not having been able to use them in the past.
Thank goodness the
Gotta have the end.
Okay, important. I probably asked you this before. Since we've talked before in passing notes. Since you're new here, you gotta pass the initiation test. Who's your
Okay.
favorite character?
Like, ooh, that's a hard one. I think Wolfred. I love Wolfred. He's a really interesting character. I like how smart he is. I like how analytical he is. I like what an optimist he is. I love that he's also a character that you can see works really well, like, in the cerebral sense, but, like, does not engage in his own emotions. Which is kind of why it's like, or like, it's like this foil to him of someone who is, like, all emotions all the time, and so it's a really cool, I like that as a dynamic. I also want Wolfred to be my gay theater grandpa and take me to the theater.
That was for you.
No sign
I
of the
lost that for
dissidents
you,
for now.
Babs.
Well, Lilac is defenseless, so I wrote her plunge is here for 20. Now the stowaway sneaks around the other side, but not quick enough to make it through. Back with I wrote her
how about,
here.
like, second and third favorites.
Resplendent.
Okay, I think one is recently I've been really interested in Hedwyn's character, because it's like, you know, everyone's like, oh, Hedwyn's such a sweet boy, he's so thoughtful, we all love him, like, okay. But, like, what he has is a deep amount of angst that has been untapped. Like, his level of, like, self-loathing and guilt and shame he has for everything that happened, is delectable. And I think it's a really aspect of his character that people don't explore, because they like, no, but he's baby, I love him too much.
If you start talking about character angst enough, you might summon Chewing Dragon. So keep talking.
Norbert dispatched with ease.
Oh, it's just like, because part of what I'm sorry, we're in the right night. I just went in my own mode of talking about characters.
No, it's fine.
Such a display.
No, it's fine. Continue. If you wish.
Okay. Yeah, no,
If-
it's just because one of the things that about his character is, so, you know, he and Fikani meet up, they fall in love, and then everyone dies. And this is because of Hedwyn. Everyone died because of Hedwyn's actions. And not just that, it was because he was selfish. Because he fell in love with the enemy. He was selfish, and they died. And so it's really interesting, because going into the game, that he really wants to get everyone up, because he promised. He promised everyone would be saved, and he would save them like he could not save his whole squad. And then he goes, like, insane. Not like insane, but he's like kind of starts losing it as he get on, and he's not going up. And he's like, I want to go up, and I feel so terrible about it. And it's, oh, I love it.
He is arguably the only one of the Nightwings that actually had a valid reason for getting
Yes.
exiled.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you can argue about Rookie, I suppose.
Until the stars align.
Don't know exactly what he smuggled.
Right. But no, because it was in, here's some old lore. So in the original fan server, before it was redone, before the official server, when Greg would talk to us, there was a whole discussion about it, and people were asking about Hedwyn's headband, and, like, it was not, I don't think it was super stated outright, but it was kind of, like, really heavily implied that, like, Hedwyn had actually been, like, branded because of what he did, and that's why he wore the headband.
Oh, snap.
So that's some deep lore from probably, I think, within the first year of the game's release, I think.
I have made a request,
Oh.
Lids.
Oh, you just
Indeed.
requested. So I don't have to request or customize.
So Lilac has requested customize off, and I wrote her
Lids.
has done grand ceremony.
Also, Lids, I hope you didn't mind the lore talking. I was having a wonderful time, but I know that usually you...
Sorry, I got
Dude.
carried. This is how I am. I get carried away with my thoughts.
You're fine.
A
I mean,
ridge
like,
of
it's
gold.
it's Lids' stream, but also, like, I like it when people talk.
All right, so for
I
this
keep-
one, We'll have randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Won't even get to see those things in advance. Just going to get thrown straight into the action. And thus the
I'll
guessing
also
game
probably
will
be
ensue.
leaving in a few minutes because Ansa's about to come back. But I'll be chill until then.
Awesome. I keep wanting to say like, oh, you're fine, keep talking, but then I remember like, oh, I'm not the one running the stream though.
Alright, well why don't we get this one started up? We'll see what hand the players are dealt with the customize off.
Did someone request Ridge of Gold?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, got it.
The
I got it.
withdrawn shall confront the dissidents.
It's double demon and a harp. That includes an Orlek for Iroder. And then it is a sap, a savage, and a worm for Lilac. Other details to be determined. We shall see. Oh, well, one thing I'm immediately noticing is that Iroder has 170 starting Pyre life, so we know a fair bit about his masteries on his demons. 23 damage from that demon throw. Did not look like he had the speed throwing talisman. That would have been incredible if he had randomly rolled that. Did see the harp salute there. So Iroder discovering a little bit more about the team as here comes Orlek. Now throwing for the full 25.
Good.
Fred. Oh, saw a Vengeful Vow proc there, and here's some rekindling. Second life bar revealed for Lilac, and it's 10, courtesy of Manly. But it does mean one score, likely all that Iroder would need here. And there it is.
Can I
GG.
repeat that if you want to look? That was a bit unfortunate.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly.
Lids?
What's that?
The right is done.
Ooh.
Are we going to go again with the same setup, I think? Or something? I'm not quite sure, actually.
Sure, if you want. Just as a
I'm go-
choice.
I'm-
Otherwise,
good
ignore the
either way.
request.
Well, let's
Okay,
do
then, because
let's do another re-roll with customize off. We'll just
Until the next
we can
right.
Alright.
I
2 for the price
suppose
of 1, baby.
we did it with the Titan stars, so I'll give you the Ridge of Gold if you'd like to, in the grand ceremony if you'd like to keep it.
yeah, sure.
Okay. So we'll
I
just
think
have
it also sums up to 500 points. So.
get some randomly rolled teams once again here, but this time of a different flavor.
The withdrawn shall now face
This time
the
it's well, it was almost the same thing for Iroder, as it is still a harp and a demon, though this time he has the aforementioned headwind. And it is a worm, a demon, and a harp for Lilac.
The dissidents are banished
Both
to
players
the
with some
last.
extra starting Pyre life. A little bit more so in the case of Lilac, though Iroder chipping away at that with a 20 damage harp throw to start things off. Jody. See the Sacred Bond for Iroder, so he can step on his teammates' portraits as he just did there to bring them back from banishment. That helps him set up a little bit here. No Brazen Manor on his demon, so just time to throw that one in for a brief 15
Withdrawn further
from Vids.
pressure luck.
Now here's Lilac. Jody knocks back the first offender, but banished by the second. Iroder plunges in here with his demon. That's 30 damage, but no prayer beads. That means Vids is gone in this round at least. So it's up to Zoxiana, aka Fred, but falls a little bit short that time.
Be gone.
Down goes Jody. Headwind. Back to Fred. And it is Fred with a decisive plunge here. 20 damage. That means no Fred in this round. Okay, voice. But as we can see here, Vids does make a return, banishes the entirety
Wait,
of Lilac's
Wait,
team.
what did the voice just say?
Wah!
Like
He's
wow.
doing his best Mario impression.
Indeed.
He does that sometimes.
Harp versus Harp. And it's Fred who wins that duel. Demon versus Demon. Jody threads the needle there. No shoulder smash on Hedwyn. Down goes Hedwyn, but I wrote her still in possession here with Vizpaleth. Retreats, gives up the orb even, only to quickly get it back. Hedwyn one side, Vizpaleth the other. Big cast there from Vizpaleth, though does still go down. Hedwyn trying to clean up the scraps. But a huge banishment there from Lilac, except the Typhoon Bottle.
No.
Oh no, Lilac punished for an incredible defensive play, and yet does still manage to capitalize with a 15 damage worm plunge, though you have to imagine Lilac was hoping for something a little bit bigger than that.
You can imagine.
A blessing.
And Lilac has Rekindling. It's 20, which means, well, with there being no sap, it must have been coming from a RITE NITE Talisman. But now, with that plunge, Iroder finishes the job.
Also,
They
did you
vastly
come up with a
outperformed their
nickname
adversaries.
last week? Or
Fred?
The right
Yes.
is ended.
No,
that's
Fred
like-
was
that's
at the very beginning when nobody knew how to say this. No, everyone was scared of trying to say Saxiana, so we defaulted to Fred.
so it
And
was
then
like a
we
beginning
eventually
of
people
Right
decided,
Up.
oh, we should probably at least attempt, and we settled on Saxiana. And then Fred just kind of fell by the wayside until a little while back. It might have
So
even
this
been
is like
Lilac
really
unearthed
old.
the references to Fred.
Like 4 years, 5 years old.
Yeah, so it'd be pretty old. I mean, obviously, it would only have become a thing once we modded that character into the game, so not right off the bat, but it was
Chris Pratt
one of the
should
first things that
voice
happened after
AJ
those
in the
mods.
Pyre movie.
Yeah. Someone call up Chris Pratt's agent. What, you don't have them on speed dial?
Like, doesn't everyone?
Lids,
I'm
do
just
you
waiting
have
for someone to
Chris
go,
Pratt
Lids,
on?
what's speed dial?
I think I know what speed dial is.
Oh no.
No.
No, please don't phrase it like that. That makes it sound so much worse.
What is it? What did I say?
Just making us sound ancient. I think I've heard about speed dial before. Once upon a time in my history book.
No, it's not. It's not that you're old. I'm just stupid. Like I've heard people mention speed dial, but I've never inquired further on what it is.
It's just one of those things that, you know, you don't think about it very often nowadays because it's very much just fallen out of fashion, but once upon a time, it was a thing. What's up, Thaler? How's it going?
What'd you say, Babs?
I don't remember.
Ah, that's fair.
So I have no sleep right now, so I'm just existing.
Murph also makes a very good point here. I would like to raise this. Isn't everyone on speed dial these days, kinda? So maybe speed dial isn't a thing of the past. It's just a matter of perspective, really. Failer. I just call my personal assistant to deal with all these things for me.
Remember when beepers were a thing?
Pagers. Palm pilots. And whatnot.
Remember when you could like listen in on someone else's phone call if you used a different phone in on the same
Yeah.
network or something?
Yup.
I can be ancient too if I want.
I wish the world was flat like the old days. When I could travel just by boat and a map.
Boat magic. You just hop across the puddles.
Ah, no more airplanes or speed trains or freeways.
You just jump across literally everything.
Yeah, there'd be no distance that could hold us back.
Great job, everyone.
All right. Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything you would like to see for the next one.
I have a request. I have a request, but I do not know if I have the funds with which to support it.
Whoa, hold on just a second. Is this coming from the same person who was saying mere minutes ago that you were going to bankroll other people's requests? Now suddenly you can't afford your own? Something isn't adding up here.
Well, you see,
I don't know.
No. Hear me out. It's a request that I think it would be best solidified with a Titan Stars request, but Titan Stars is on cooldown. Put it on credit.
Right, Murph. That's where I thought we were going.
Okay, I'll just make also pick a number between 1 and 50. Wait,
Show
actually,
me.
no, wait.
42
no, I got it.
again. Pretty please.
You want me to ban imps again?
Oh, I thought you were actively updating I thought it would be like bumped one down at this point. So never mind.
Wait, I already got one. Actually, no, I'm gonna save this one for someone else. I got a different one. Hold on.
How nefarious.
I'm very nefarious. Okay, so I got this, and I got an actual request.
I like how you made that a song request. The implications are pretty profound here.
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Oh.
My song request is that Babs be allowed to talk about an exile. Babs, I request that you be allowed to talk about an exile of your choosing.
Now see, but something isn't quite aligning here. You say Babs is allowed to talk, and yet this was a song request.
Well, Babs, I guess you have to sing
Please
about
don't make me sing.
I mean, it sounds like that's what Lilac is saying.
Well, you have a nice voice, so talking is essentially the equivalent of singing, I guess.
There you go. Thank you.
No, we compromise and say Bab's allowed to talk about another character and poetry.
Yeah, poetry.
Oh, that's
the
really
middle
fun.
ground.
That means that Babs has to, like, write a poem, though.
I mean, are you suggesting that Babs is incapable of some improv poetry? Clearly Lids is incapable of doing this. Haiku.
I am incapable of improv poetry. Please don't make me do that.
Also, what do you mean by talisman draft?
We were doing, was it last week or the week before that we started doing some draft related things? We had some recent breakthroughs, one might even say, of that variety.
I don't remember the breakthroughs, but I remember how drafts were becoming more popular.
Yeah. Okay, well, if I recall correctly, the way that we did it was we went in Discord to bot commands and we just made, 6 talismans pop up in total? And then we would have the players alternate between which talismans they chose, so functionally a draft in that case, and Lilac is getting us started here with a series of legendary talismans, which are interesting, because that does mean that you would functionally be locked into that corresponding class.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, how many was that?
5, 6, 7.
Oh. We're just gonna forget about that bright light at the end?
Yes, that is what
Okay.
we do.
So the talismans are Astral Eye, Kalamer's Anklet, Goal's Bracer, Webbed Lanthorn, Titan Tooth, and Lunar Glass. There are some strong options there, some very strong options there. So, I can't... Did we just go directly in order, and that basically means that iRotor is getting
Yeah.
first pick and also the third pick and also the fifth pick, which is technically an advantage to iRotor, but I don't remember if we had any means to combat that aspect last time round.
I think it's fine.
Alright, if you're okay with it.
But you're like picking one out of the 6. It isn't like you're picking them in order of how they're chosen.
Yeah, whichever one of those 6 you prefer to claim iRotor, you take,
Okay.
and then that option is no longer available for Lilac to choose.
The
Okay, so,
withdrawn shall
Lids,
confront
you approve of my
the
song
dissidents.
request?
I mean, I guess.
Welcome.
Or Babs, didn't you say like you have a
Who
limited amount
shall
of time? So
conduct
it's like, oh,
the
I
rites?
want.
Oh yeah, I have literally no idea how much time I have because it's just
Okay. Gotcha.
probably in
turn?
the next half hour, but who knows? Ansett is wonderful and kind of does its own thing sometimes.
Awesome.
Alright, so
Okay,
iRotor
so
has
Lids-
claimed Astral Eye with the first pick. I know that was listed first, iRotor. You don't have to take it in the listed order. You can take it in whatever order you prefer.
I didn't take it because it was first time.
It is
Okay.
thematically fitting, I
I'm
suppose.
assuming the music will begin after we've picked our talismans, because this is kind of a brain intensive.
Yeah, this will take
activity.
some thinking power.
We gotta rub both our brain cells together for this one.
Well,
Oh shit, actually, you know what? He is here, so I have to go. It was lovely talking to you all. Thank you for letting me talk. Have a wonderful evening.
Farewell,
Yeah,
tell on
have a
side.
good evening.
Farewell.
Alright, bye.
Goodbye. So that means we don't get any music.
Apparently that was our
Talisman.
song.
That was the song of Babs. Okay. God, there's so many options. What do I choose?
Alright, and Macaws has also expressed interest. Now, we are technically still holding on to a
I
Murph
can
request
swap
in the
out
queue.
after this.
You alright swapping out for this one, iRotor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Macaws. I'm very intrigued to hear Macaws' fish knowledge.
Failer says he's also available to swap in whenever.
Hey, it
exile.
is useful, but I'm mainly picking it so the side of our deck doesn't have Weapon Fun.
I believe they call that game theory.
But I'm mainly picking it so you don't have it with our deck.
Okay, wait. So what is I wrote or what have I got left?
We have Kamer's Anklet, Ghost Bracer, and Titan Tooth.
Oh, actually, I'm remembering, Lilac, you accidentally redeemed a 7th talisman. I feel like we did deliberately give people an extra option in the past. At least eventually we settled on that to give people a little bit of extra flexibility, especially in this last spot.
Are we ignoring Bright Wisp or Right Light or whichever one it was, or are we not ignoring?
I feel like, especially given how you got the second pick in every round here, that it's more fair to give you one
right.
extra option here. I know technically this is sort of a retroactive change, so maybe this is a little bit unfair to iRotor, but sorry, you also got the first pick in every round, so I feel like it makes up for it.
Yeah, it's fine. Also, like, I cannot really justify having anyone pick Helma's Anklet.
Headwind.
I mean, Kaelmer's Anklet at the Isle of Kaelmer is certainly one way to embrace the
fair,
chaos.
but still.
Oh, hold on. I
No,
believe...
I
Didn't
don't
iRotor
talk
just
about
take
it.
that?
Oh, wait. Yep.
I'm afraid the Goals Bracer has already been drafted. Some may be surprised to see that it was taken with the
wait,
5th
what's
pick
left
and not
for me?
earlier.
Helma's Anklet or Titan?
Okay, then.
Also, don't take Titan 2 before this map, it's useless. You're stunning me and then I'm gone. It doesn't do anything.
You're really, really gone at that point. Imagine if once you came back from banishment, you were immediately stunned. So it banished you and it still applied the Titan Tooth. It just did it in the other order.
It wouldn't even be too bad, at least you're not stuck with it.
It probably wouldn't be that bad. I mean, assuming you don't immediately need the character as soon as they spawn back in, you'd probably be okay.
Wait, so don't take Titan Tooth at all, or don't take it on head?
He's just saying don't do it with shoulder
if you
smash.
take Titan 2 on
Gotcha.
a character with shoulder smash, it doesn't do anything.
Gotcha.
Alright, well here we go. With teams based on the drafted talismans. And as I was saying, we got some pretty good ones that randomly popped up there.
A flame is stricken.
As it is Lilac getting us started with a 25 damage plunge from Orlek. But Prayer Beads was not one of the drafted talismans. That was not an option. As iRotor manages to plunge for 38 damage in Howler form. Now, I can't imagine that's what Lilac had in mind upon activating that Crone Salute.
No, that's totally what I had in mind, 100%. That's what I was hoping would happen. Completely.
Edwin's aim was true.
Here's Orlek,
If I were that one, I'd
and
be
there goes Orlek. iRotor
such
plunges here. Once again, it's 38, which is almost the maximum amount of damage that he can deal here. But he does not have Udmilda available in this round, and even if he did, Lilac would still be holding on with 1 Pyre life, but
the fire.
that's all theoretical, because instead, it's a 20 damage throw from his Nomad, and there is iRotor's Crone Salute, except, hold on, there is Rekindling. So it's not quite over yet. Lilac was able to withstand the hit.
Was dangerously
How could you?
close.
How could you?
Rotor moves in, banishes 1 defender, jumps past the second, and plunges in for the winning score.
Drawn prevailed. Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Let's head on back.
Hello, Noah.
Hey, Nor, how's it going?
Next rite.
We just did a talisman draft match.
Okay, do we do the double swap?
That's a good question. So we have what? It was McCoss and Failer who were looking to get in. I think in general, if I'm being a perfectionist, I kind of like to stagger getting new people in, because that way we just get 1 extra matchup in if we were just...
I was also hoping for that, because I was hoping to participate in the fish request.
Okay.
So
That's
So
fine,
I'm-
I'll just jump on.
All right, well, thanks for stopping by, Rotor. GG's. Good
Yeah,
to have
that
you,
was fun.
as always.
GG's.
Okay, and And that means, Mikos, if now is a good time for you, we're happy to get you in here. We
Get in
do...
here, Mikasa, and name some fish.
We do have a request in the queue, so if you are ready to jump straight into it, it is perhaps not the most straightforward of first matches, but it does seem as though it has been something that Lilac has been waiting for.
Yeah, no worries. Let me log in real quick.
So this was Murph's request. Now, Murph...
You're not logged in already?
Come on, man.
Steam likes to do this thing recently where, like, Lids will message me if I've already been logged in, and I won't see the invite.
Huh.
So I have to, like, re-log back in because Steam is a wonderful piece of software.
Yup. Well, I see you now. Hopefully, it is now behaving.
It is. I can see the chattity chat box.
Okay. Well, invite should be on its way. And we do have that outstanding request from Murph, which he spilled the beans about. And it was regarding naming fish in Hades. And we had to pin it. We couldn't immediately do it, but the hope is that, of course, in the meantime, we have not since had Mikos pull out the Hades Wikipedia page and write down a list of every single fish in the game. So we're just taking your word on that one, that is not what you did, Mikos.
Mikos, you have not been on the Hades wiki, have you?
I have not sullied the name of the challenge, no.
Okay. Oh, but hold on. Murph says I'm cooking right now, and I don't think he means metaphorically / in the slang sense of the word cooking. I think he actually means cooking real food. As in, he is unable to pay particularly close attention to this match, so he is wondering if we can delay for a right or two.
Okay, we can. Well, Mikos, you better not go onto the Hades wiki.
I would never.
I narrows my eyes at you. Lids, can we trust him?
I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see.
Some of us play this game with honor.
Oh!
Like Gilman.
Speaking of which, Mikos, which triumvirate would you like to be today? There is one correct answer, especially given what you were just saying.
We're going mains tonight. Put me on True Nightwings, please.
All right, we'll accept it.
That was not the correct answer.
I was fishing for Pyre hearts.
Fishing. I get it. I get the pun.
All right, so in that case, it seems like we will just treat this as a standard match in which you guys will take whatever you'd like, and we will continue to hold on Murph's request. So why don't we get this one started? And I suppose that means Mikos does get a straightforward warm-up match of sorts.
Also, give me literally 1 second.
The true night
Lilac
wings
leaves.
shall
Pyre
take
gives us the
on
vote.
The dissidents. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So no requests here, Mikos. You are welcome to take whatever you would like for your team.
Messenger.
And it will be a speedy messenger imp.
You gotta represent your boy, huh, Mikos?
Which one?
Your messenger imp, that boy.
Messenger Imp is his own person. I don't own Messenger Imp.
You know what I mean?
It's not about do I know what you mean, it's about what he knows. Does he know what you mean? Look at those eyes. It's a little hard because they're going in 2 different directions, but...
I don't think he knows what anything means.
Whoa! Whoa! We will not stand for that kind of messenger imp slander.
Right as you said the first whoa, my bag of chips went flying off of my PC.
Oh, also, I'm telekinetic. Did I tell you?
I'm not surprised at this point, honestly.
Orlek.
So we led with the imp, but now
Ignarius.
Mikos takes a demon, and Lilac took a demon in the first spot as well. In one case, Ignarius. In the other case, Orlek.
Right night sometimes makes it hard to breathe. You ever feel that way?
Speedy Visible F.
You ever get respiratory problems on right night?
I feel like you might want to talk to your doctor about that. I'm no trained medical practitioner, but...
I'll go talk to Orlek.
Oh no!
What? Is he not a
No, I mean, it's true. It's true, yeah. Alright, well, it's triple demon for Lilac. It's demon, imp, and sap for Mikos. And here we go with our first matchup between these two for the day. These are all teams that they selected. No requests from chat for this one. Jody for Lilac. Boat Magic at least took her over those sapling and sap auras, but did eventually get banished, and now no one back to defend against Manly, so he has an opportunity for an uncontested 25 damage throw. Iggy charges up the Brazen Manor. Here it is. He's blocked. Gets the orb back. And with attempt number 2, throws it in? It looked like it deflected somewhere along the way there, but it counted. I'd like to see the trajectory of that throw one more time. Messenger Imp, blocked there, but then banishes the last defender. Is Ignarius quick enough to pick up the scraps? Not on this occasion. Instead, it's Vizpaleth sweeping up that trouble. And nearly boat magicking in and gets a ton of banishments. But eventually does go... Oh no, wait, that's still Vizpaleth! It's a one demon show. Eventually I just figured, no, surely Vizpaleth didn't do all of that.
Yes, she did.
She sure did, as it turns out. Here's Orlek. He's blocked. Koss scoops up the orb. Goes for the close range throw here, this time just 14. Messenger in. Goes around one defender and in for a 25 damage plunge. Means no Messenger Imp in this round, though. Koss goose guarding the orb, although Lilac does still get it and does still plunge. And that drops Mikos down to 10, which means one score could be all that Lilac needs here, at least to deplete Mikos's initial life bar. But of course, there is a sap. Mikos may very well have some rekindling.
Lids, you always say he may very well have rekindling. Do you not know?
Sometimes I make more of a point of remembering what the mastery status people took were than others. Like on this occasion, Mikos clearly does have rekindling.
Oh god.
so Macaws is still holding on and gets a banishment, and then passes back to that demon. That demon, of course, being the Finger Guns Ignarius. And so, despite Macaws' initial Pyre life being depleted, Macaws is technically in the lead now. Macaws nearly walked that one in with Manly, but is now defenseless. Is Lilac quick enough? Yes, indeed. That's 30 damage. We've already seen the rekindling, so that does mean there is no additional life bar for Macaws. This is it. He banishes one, but then gets banished himself. Oh, that was some interesting boat magic. Unfortunately for Lilac, didn't equate to a score. Instead, it's Macaws on the attack, but Macaws loses Manly, and now Macaws with an opportunity here to throw it in with Messenger Imp for 25. Suddenly, this is a sudden death match.
Oh, awesome. I love those.
Lilac got close, but not close enough. Macaws back in possession with Messenger Imp. Now Iggy. Iggy tried to banish with the throw, but it missed the mark. Oh my goodness. Too bad Lilac didn't have the orb on the character who went flying, and instead it is Macaws, who with his imp gets the winning score.
Or you could say they managed to avoid defeat.
GG.
The rite is ended.
Well played, you two. I think we got a little bit of everything in that match.
We were all winners here.
I think we were all winners today.
Until the
Exactly.
stars align.
All right. Well, can we get a quick status check on Murph out of curiosity? I know you
How's
were.
your food doing?
Yeah, I know you were busy cooking stuff up a minute ago. I know. So we are keeping your request on hold, but at the same time, I know that we are potentially looking to get Phaler in soon. But at the same time, Lilac was interested in doing this request. So basically, I guess what I'm saying is, could we potentially keep these two in for one more match? Do that request now, and that way we get the best of both worlds. And then we swap in Phaler after that, but that is all based on whether Murph is ready to observe what he has created, this request.
I think that sounds good.
Phaler seems cool with that. Murph is back. Okay, perfect. So why don't we do it then? The idea was, as a reminder, Murph requested that the players both try to name as many fishes as they can, as many fish, from Hades. Technically, I think Murph was saying either Hades 1 or Hades 2, then he was breaking out some numbers on the total amount of unique fish from Hades 1, but I think if you do know Hades 2 fish, technically you may be allowed to list those as well. The number that you list will be what determines how many masteries and talismans you can use on your team. So it means that if you have 15 fish that you can name, then you get a fully allocated set of masteries and talismans for everyone. Anything less than that, and you're going to have to make some compromises. And in order to submit the number or acknowledge how many fish you can name without revealing those fish to your opponents, I think we determined the best way is for you guys to DM me your fish on Discord. So I'll give you guys a minute to start listing the fish.
Oh god.
I guess we'll do that now. Then maybe once you have submitted your list of fish, maybe we'll have chat do a quick spot check, and then we'll load in.
Give me a second, I'm thinking.
Okay. Oh, you're sending them individually? Okay.
Can I check the wiki?
No! Absolutely not.
Just thought I'd ask.
Absolutely not.
After this one gave me such a hard time for suspecting I might have
I
done
know,
it, too.
right? You can't suspect someone else of doing that, accuse them of potentially doing it, and then suggest that you were thinking about doing it as well. Unbelievable.
So, I can only think of 9 off the top of the dome piece.
Okay, so this is your list, Macaws?
That is my final list.
Okay. In that case, Lilac, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds, because Macaws has submitted his list. Your timer is up.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. Well, okay. Well, I do not have the list of actual fish
What do you
in front of
mean?
me right now, so I'm gonna out you guys. These are going to be our submissions here. Chat, let us know if these are legit. Macaw said scuffer, hellfish, knucklehead, crush station,
Oh.
sharp, bass, trout, carp with a K,
Oh.
and catfish.
Oh, I feel so ashamed of myself.
That, if correct, was, did you say 9, Macaws? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Whereas Lilac says gup, knucklehead, cloyster. That's a Pokemon. Is that also a fish from Hades? Clobster, which may be what you actually meant. I don't know. Lampoon, snail, bass, trout. I feel like you just started naming actual things, which again may also be in Hades. I'm not entirely sure.
You get the real fish once you, spoiler alert.
Oh, okay. No, I know where you're going with that. Yes. Okay, you're right. To avoid the spoilers, I'm going to cut you off.
I was just like desperately listing off what sounded like Hades fish names.
Murph says he got 10 in his practice run, so try to beat that high. McCall got close. Murph says carp with a K is not one.
Ah, okay.
So it sounds like Macaws, you're coming in with what looks to be an 8 here.
Got an 8 piece. Okay, fair enough.
Murph with the fact check on, is this what Lilac had? Gup, Knucklehead, Trout, Bass. That's 4. Okay, so the Cloyster Clobster was not legit. Somehow, I'm not surprised to see that the Pokemon is not in Hades. Okay, so I think it's 8 for Macaws and it is 4 for Lilac.
Well, I never said I was a major Hades fan, so...
Oof. Well, on this occasion, it perhaps could have led to a little bit more with these setups, but the players are going to have to make do. Might have been thinking of clam, or...
Yeah.
Yeah, they pronounce it clam, but it's C-H-L-A-M. There's some tricky ones like that. Alright, so let's load in.
The true Nightwings versus
At the ridge.
the dissidents.
So as a reminder, each mastery and each talisman is functionally worth 1 fish.
Who shall conduct the
So
right-
Macaws, you have 8 fish to cash in. Lilac, you have 4.
I cannot cash in any fish because I am not playing Pyre right now.
Oh, I did see you disconnect at one point. This is true. Let me re-invite you.
Yeah, I couldn't move my guy either.
Ooh, okay, let's get Lilac in and let's see after that what remote play is up to here. No Pro Jelly mentions. Also, were those all Hades 1 fish, or were there any Hades 2 fish sneaking in there? Spoiler alert. Oh no, it's... Lid, you ruined the entire plot line. How dare you?
Choose someone.
How could you, Lids? I was planning on playing Hades 2 sometime.
Okay, it appears as though we have Lilac back in. Anything on your end, Macaws?
Negative.
Okay. Have we tried the unplug replug classic strat?
We're trying now.
Okay, let's give that a go. There we are.
There we go.
Perfect.
All right.
So
So
you have
every
8.
so every mastery and talisman is 1-to-1 with the fish.
I think so, yeah. So
Alright,
you
8.
could
Does that mean you
make...
have to choose? Does that mean you have to choose stuff that is based on the fish?
No.
7, 6, 5, 4,
So it'll be interesting to see how
3.
the players choose to allocate those points, as Macaws just invested very heavily in that Pamitha, 5 of his 8 points. And are points more valuable when they are spent on masteries, or more valuable when spent on talismans? We're gonna have to see what the players think. Oh, wait, hold on. Who submitted that one? We might...
Wait, what?
I think, even if at this point, if our fact checking was not 100% correct, I think we've already passed the point of no return at this point. If we did get someone sneaking through with one extra one, then I think we might give it to them at this stage.
So does that mean my
Decide.
cloister is legit?
I don't remember who it was who said catfish, but you may be getting away with a fake one, but we're going to allow it.
Wait,
Since
so
we
what about
already
things-
started.
Wait a minute. So like, you can't just have a team of one person. So what about things that I'm not allowed to choose?
Say again?
You just don't pick masteries or
Yeah, if you-
talismans.
Right, if you take no
Oh,
masteries or
okay, I
talismans,
thought
then
it
that's
also-
0.
I thought it also applied to exiles.
No.
Gotcha.
Just the masteries and the talismans.
Okay, great then.
So if you want to, you can go with 0 on 1 or potentially even 2 characters and just load up big time on another character. It's up to you to choose how best to allocate those things. It's just a talisman on Orlex, so that's 1 of Lilac's 4 points spent. Macaws, you spent 5, right? So this would be everything remaining if you do that for Deluge. Yeah. Macaws is now all in. Lilac still has 3 points. And there they are. So both players going for 0 points with their last selection, which Macaws figures is best done with a sap. Whereas Lilac goes with a worm. So here we go. Team compositions based on having a limited number of talisman and mastery selections. The more fish players could name from Hades 1 and or Hades 2, the more points they had to spend. And it is Macaws off to a quick start here. First with the worm and now with the harp. Did take prayer beads on Pamitha, and Pamitha is the exile that Macaws invested in big time. Full masteries and a talisman. So that means Macaws has big expectations for that Pamitha, and thankfully for him, it does seem as though that has been paying off thus far, and his other exile, who we invested a fair bit in, though not quite as much, was his worm. It does seem as though Macaws has planned out those things quite well, as 1 score may be all that he needs at this point. Series of banishments. It's Macaws who comes back first. Gilman back, but he's not able to stop the harp plunge, so Macaws takes the win.
GG.
Most excellently done this time, I must admit.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played, you two. Now let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And I know we were looking to get Phaler in at some point, and now that we have finished that request, I'm wondering if this might be the right time to do that. Does that work for you, Lilac, if we swap you out and get Phaler in?
Yep.
All right. Well, GG's, Lilac.
GG's.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for the rights.
Anytime.
All right. And now, Phaler, if it still works for you, we can certainly look to get you in here. Suppose I probably should have double-checked that first, to be fair. Works for you? Okay, perfect. And we do have a request for this first one between Macaws and Phaler. It will be pick the exiles that are the best at chewing bread. Okay. This is open to interpretation. I feel like I may be missing some critical context here.
I'd argue that more context would add more confusion.
You know, you might be right. Also, Phaler, you are not immediately showing up on Steam for me. You may not have logged in yet, but just a heads up, in case that does require any action on your end. There you are. Look, you expect me to remember these things? Sometimes you just ask too much of me, I'm afraid.
Alrighty, I'm working.
That you on player 2, Phaler? Looks like it. Phaler? Okay, who would you like to be today, Phaler? The Huge? Or are you sticking with the Dissidents? No, there we go. Okay. Or are we are we doing this?
No, we're not.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's hop in. And it is an exile's request for the exiles that you guys think are best at chewing bread. Apparently, we were talking about this a week or two ago. I have no recollection of this being the case, so maybe context would be helpful, maybe it wouldn't. I'm not really sure.
Looking for a bread chewer.
The rights.
This guy eats a lot of bread.
You know, I was looking for some comment to make about that, but then I realized I have no basis upon which to dispute that fact.
Well, Tizo's canonically a big eater. That man eats everything. I think I'll go with him.
That's true.
Tizo.
There is some basis for that.
This guy's pretty rich because he's the messenger imp, right? He brings all the messengers, so he's like rolling in bread.
Yeah, we're talking about the food, or are we talking about the, talking about money?
Pardon me, I don't think the request specified.
You know, you're not wrong.
Messenger imp.
I think that means I
Tizo
get
did
to
say he
decide.
would commit food crimes if he could. I do vaguely recall this being the case. Oh, what is this?
This bio has the word appetite in it, which has a connection to bread because it's food.
Yeah?
Barker.
I mean, look at this guy. Look at this unit.
What's
at this
that supposed to mean?
Look at this mensch. You think those sideburns grow on trees? Nah, dude. That's homegrown. That's mama's bread that grew them sideburns. You know what I'm saying?
Ignatius.
We have some people in chat who agree.
I'm looking at these teeth. These are bread chewing teeth to me.
Now, is that the case, or do saps photosynthesize? Oh, that's weird. It's almost like there's a third party who's preventing you from taking that talisman.
Almost as if there is some sort of guiding force that's preventing me from realizing something.
I think it's the will of the scribes. Distinction between chewing bread and eating it. Look. We're really drawing the line. We're trying to distinguish between those things. Does anyone really know? Well, anyways, here we are. The Battle of the Bread Chewers. How it will end, I don't think
Whoops.
anyone really knows. As here is Barker, plunging for 20 to get things started for Thaler.
Now to the flame.
Lacoste looking to answer, and does with a 14 damage throw. That from Ulmer. Thaler finds another opening here for Barker to exploit. Ulmer trying to answer once again, this time for the full 20.
The orb is taken.
Thaler with Barker, this time stopped short of the pyre.
What happened there?
Both players do have portals, neither of which is especially close to the opposing pyre, although Thaler, trying to win the orb back close to Makos's pyre, does, but the throw is off the mark. Enough so for Makos to recover, banish some defenders, teleport to the orb, and then plunge in.
The true Nightwing's pyre.
Quite the showing from Makos.
Tis taken
More banishing throws, in fact, banishes everyone.
in the name of Solium Mur.
That drops Thaler down to 16.
Like that, and we are finished here.
That throw gets blocked, but it does banish everyone except for Barker, who is back, plunging in for another 20.
The orb.
Tizo threads the needle. And now Phaler may need just one score.
On our favor to prevail.
As we are, for all intents and purposes, tied, but with that score, Phaler seals the deal.
Prevail. Perhaps a stroke of fortune
GG.
ought to be thanked.
GG.
The rite is complete.
Well played, you two. Now let's head on back. I guess confirmation that Barker is actually the best bread chewer? Maybe.
Until the
I'm gonna go
stars
grab myself some bread right now, actually.
align.
Alright, well let us know, chat, if there is anything we would like to see or do for the next one. Or here, I suppose. I'm not actually sure if Phaler just went AFK. But Honor is turning Customize off. It was basically in Barker's bio, so I guess it does make sense. Ari
Yeah,
does have an
I'm
exile
looking for
request, but
bread.
it's on
The
cooldown.
wild breads out there in the Commonwealth. Barker hunted them.
Yeah. You don't know what the biosphere is like in the Commonwealth. For all you know, there were vast herds of bread. Flocks, even. Okay, so we'll have the customize off for this one. It seems like we may have some other things people are waiting to redeem after this. But one step at a time. They do move in herds! I know, that's what I'm saying, right? Oh,
The true Nightwing
it is the boat.
shall confront the
It's a
fate.
sapped and two savages for Macaws. It's a savage, a harp, and a worm for Phaler. I'm thinking that was Almer who had the Vengeful Vow? That was interesting boat magic that didn't really seem to be all that helpful for Phaler there, although did eventually still end up managing to get the banishment he was looking for. Gareth, down he goes. Stowaway, she's banished, close to the opposing Pyre. And now it's Macaws with Volfred. Sidesteps one of the defenders, but gets pushed into the other. Now Zoxiana for Phaler. Goes around a couple of defenders. And does eventually find her way in for a 20 damage plunge, does Zoxiana. And Phaler nearly going directly in with the stowaway, but she's banished there. Almer, down he goes. Seize chance active for Phaler. Bonus damage if he was able to score quickly there with Deluge. Deluge does have it back now, but Seize chance likely no longer active anymore. So that throw, unblockable and a little bit short, means Macaw's still able to retrieve. Oh, Macaw's has a Cursed Talisman on Volfred, I'm realizing. He still had his aura. Stowaway plunges in, and I suppose we shouldn't be that surprised that there's a Cursed Talisman with Customize off.
Remember everything.
In goes Zoxiana. Was there Bottle Void on Deluge as well? I didn't see it.
An
Quick
unimpressive
throw there
thrust,
from the
but
stowaway.
true.
That's 10 damage.
Tis taken. Move for it.
Oh, Phaler going with the 360 throw on the stowaway? I think that's what we just saw.
Flung with force.
Meanwhile, a more straightforward throw from Gareth for Macaws. That one landing for 17. Phaler, patient. So is Macaws, though. Oh, a little bit of boat magic for Gareth. Facilitating that 20 damage plunge. But no prayer beads on him, so he is now gone and... Oh, rather, Almer. Oh, he is both Almer and Gareth. Oh, a little bit of a push.
A weak attack
Assisting
and yet
Macaws
it
there.
hit the mark.
Gets a 9 damage throw from Manly. Yeah, Almer's trying to steal Gareth's garb. Not cool. Not cool.
The orb is up.
Stowaway, blocked here. But everyone down on Macaw's side. Phaler with Soxiana. Actually, I had to cut that a little bit short as Saw McCoss was about to get a defender back. 1 score potentially all Phaler needs here, but that depends on if McCoss has any rekindling. And with Customize off, that is hard to say for sure. Phaler now with the stowaway. Pros. That Pro's intercepted, though. And Gareth off to the races with Kerfang, no less. Extra damage. It's 28 on the plunge. And it means 1 score, potentially all that McCoss would need. There is rekindling for McCoss. It's 10. So it now means 1 score is almost certainly all that Phaler would need. That could have been it. But McCoss was in position for the interception. This may be sudden death, unless Phaler has a Right Light Talisman. But there is no Right Light, and that means McCoss is the victor. GG.
GG.
And thus more glorious.
Well played, you two.
The rite is done.
Alright, let's head on back. And I think this may have been the exile request
Until the next rite.
that Ari was waiting on. Any exile, but you have to say which character in Mario Kart they would pick. Oh. So it's not necessarily like, oh, this is Mario. It's more like, oh, this person would pick Mario. Or whoever. Ridge of Goal as well. Is that the most Mario Kart-esque of all arenas? I don't know.
I don't know why that one tickled my funny bone. That was really funny.
Alright, well let's get this one going. I suppose, technically, you can take whatever setup you'd like here. You just need to give explanation as to who those characters would select in Mario Kart. It's a me, Golgolathanian!
Versus the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
I guess maybe the first question is, what level of experience do you two have with Mario Kart? Enough to make a call here?
I love Mario
I've
Kart.
got enough. Yeah,
Okay.
I absolutely can make a call here.
Honestly, I feel like someone with no experience would be even funnier, but I happen to know a thing or two. Who would pick who though? That's the $1 million question. All right. All right. This gamer is straight up picking King Boo PD Piranha duo in Double Dash because he just wants to knock people off the road.
That sounds believable.
This man right here is picking Mario because he's the main man of the story.
Sir Gilman.
I think that makes sense as well. Clarifying / potential curveball question of the minor variety. Can people repeat the selections?
Oh, none of my gamers are picking Mario.
Okay, just checking.
It's all good.
Also, Mario Sandalwood is an interesting shout.
Mario Sandalwood, Mario.
Go.
Alright. Manly, he's a man of the people. You can't spell man of the people and manly without man. You know he's picking Waluigi in every game he's available in. And if Waluigi's not in the Mario Kart in question, then he doesn't own that Mario Kart, because it's not a real Mario Kart without Waluigi.
Spot on. She's probably picking Bowser because she's mad.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Now you look at Bertrude and you're like, she doesn't play Mario Kart. She's a handyman. She like works with her hands. She's too busy doing like things in real life that matter. But little did you know, Bertrude is actually a super closet Mario fan. Like, she loves it, and she has a lot of taste. So she is picking Morton Koopa Jr.
Bertrude.
Man knows Koopa Jr.'s name.
Morton Koopa Jr. is the best of all the Koopalings.
Man knows they're called Koopalings.
He does know they're called Koopalings.
Alright, this fine fellow is probably picking... I don't know, someone like feisty and like maybe Baby Luigi, I think. I'd say this guy's picking Baby Luigi.
Messenger imp.
Alright, well, there you go. Exiles and their corresponding Mario Kart character selections. Lilac's like, there's a baby Luigi? There are, you know, a fair number of Mario and Mario Kart characters nowadays. As Macaws finds himself defenseless here,
Beauteous.
I'm afraid he was knocked off of Rainbow Road.
Good.
The extent of my Mario Kart references end here.
Ah, yes.
Why is baby Luigi treated as a separate entity from normal Luigi? You know, that is a valid question. One would think.
A blow against the adversary's power.
But yeah, basically all of the
Nightwing seem to want their
human
freedom.
characters have baby versions as well.
Thoroughly banished.
Are they actually younger versions of the same character? Are they the children of those characters? I couldn't tell you.
All banished.
Or are they clones?
Now go.
Questions, questions, questions.
From burning
Meanwhile,
flame to
Taylor casually pushes that sapling aside.
shall the fate press their luck, perhaps? The fog crown
While
goes
Macaws
into
plunges straight in.
the best not given to pride just yet.
Excuse me, Murph? Well, I know about the metal versions, because that's from Smash Bros. Or at least they make an appearance in Smash Bros. I don't know if that's technically the origin. But also Murph says this is a great time to bring up the lore that baby Luigi saved baby Mario's life from aliens at birth. The more you know.
And it is done.
Well, there we go. GG, guys.
Nightwings prevail.
GG's.
Scribes themselves
GG's.
surely have taken note.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Morton Koopa Jr., my precious.
Did he just turn into Gollum?
It's my impression of Bertrude picking Morton Koopa Jr.
So, Bertrude is Gollum. I
I can neither confirm nor deny these accusations.
Just continues to raise more and more questions. But is there anything we would like to do for the next one? Otherwise, of course, if not, we can always leave it up to the players to go with whatever they'd like. I mean, technically, I guess my question for you guys would be, to what extent were you guys just taking your preferred teams and finding the character you think they would play in Mario Kart versus prioritizing the character in Mario Kart first and then taking whichever character happened to fit that? Was it Mario Kart first or Pyre first?
It was Mario Kart definitely for me. I had pretty much Barker and any heavyweight locked in on lock. The Bertrude Morton Koopa Jr. pick was a little. That's why she was last, because I had a bit of time to kind of cook on that one. Who did I pick? Oh yeah, Manly for Waluigi. I had one. If I could pick a fourth exile, I would have gone Deluge, because this nerd, he only plays Mario Kart DS because he went on GameFAQs in 2012. Not 2012, like 2007, and discovered he could snake online, which is just drifting a whole bunch to like gain basically twice the speed for no penalty. And he just went to school and like beat all his friends who were not as into it as he was, because he has a life.
Would this be Deluge who snakes around, or would it be one of the Chromes?
It would be Deluge. Bertrude has too much. Bertrude actually like enjoys playing games of skill rather than games of just abuse a mechanic that the developers maybe didn't intend to be as polarizing as it was. Udmilda, I don't think Udmilda has taste at all, so I don't even think she likes games or happiness or the dreams of children or anything.
Alright, Lilac is asking for another number, presumably to draw from the list of requests. How about...
We're gonna go with 1.
Okay, Phaler says 1. Do 1. Can we get a number 1, please?
That's almost my favorite number.
Almost.
It's almost. My favorite number contains a 1.
I was about to say, is it like 0.5 or something? Or 1.5 in this case?
Nah, it's not a decimal. It's nothing that crazy.
I don't think I've ever heard of anyone saying that their favorite number is a decimal before, but now I really want to meet someone for whom that is the case.
I feel like there's a non-0.7% of people who have a decimal number as their favorite number.
Someone will say like the square root of 3.
Some mathematicians have pi as their favorite numbers.
I mean, that's understandable, I guess. Okay, let's see. This one is, whatever class is picked first must be used for all exiles for both teams. All exiles must have an aura burst? Except Lilac forgot what that means. And I am not sure what you're referring to, so that is a little bit tricky. So functionally...
So the only 2 classes who can make an aura burst are Curs and Harps. And Saps as well, but you can't do 6 of those, I don't think. Maybe we can do 6 of those, I guess, if you really want to.
So basically, it's up to Macaws to choose since he has first pick, and he is establishing whether this is a 100% Cur, 100%... Well, oh yeah, no, it has to be 100% something. So 100% Cur, 100% Harp, or potentially 100% Sap, although that would require that we take some other precautions to prevent the game from exploding.
Do we have to take the aura burst, or is it just classes that have an aura burst? I don't have the stream open, so I can't see the request.
The phrasing was all exiles must have an aura burst, which makes me think you do need to allocate it.
Okay.
Although now Lilac is saying you can ignore the aura burst thing if you wanna. It seems like the main thing is you are setting the trend here, Macaws. Whatever you pick first is going to be the class for all of your exiles and also all of Phaler's exiles.
Groovy. I'll pick a good one, probably.
Alright, well let's load in. See where we end up, because that could affect your decision.
The true Nightwings.
And it is
shall
possibly
take
the
on
single most neutral
the
arena
fate.
in the game.
Welcome. Who shall
Alright,
conduct
so
the
one
rites?
class to rule them all.
And in the darkness, find them.
It's go time.
Oh, snap!
The deluge.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's doing it. Now, of course, the question we will all be asking here. Sure, it's all worms, but is it Infiniworms?
The deluge.
Technically, they all did select the correct talisman. Technically not in the correct spot, but you know, we'll give them a pass on that one.
Never taken 3 of them. What does my extra worm want? Maybe like something like that?
Exile.
Sir Gilman. Sir Gilman. Exile.
Right talisman, wrong exile, wrong spot, I'm afraid, but we'll give him the partial credit. And here we go for what is now a Triple Worms versus Triple Worms match, and it's been quite some time since we've last seen this happen.
Oh. Sir
As
Deluge
Phaler
is
throws this one in
the
for
order the
15.
flame. It is too close to call. Who shall prove? The
And he
flame
does
is
so again here as well, though this time just 12.
the true
Of course, the
Nightwing
damage potential on an individual score for the worms tends to be quite low, depending on if we see any seize chances proc.
The orb sails forth.
This time it's 10 for Makos. Means this is likely to be much more of a small but frequent scoring match. Fast-paced, as you can see here,
Oh. Sir Deluge is
as it's
banished.
Phaler with just Lady River. As we also see the confirmations that he has set up his worm squad suboptimally.
Oh. There.
chance is active here. So that's 25 on that plunge, and you know, those seize chances may be the difference maker here.
The orb is taken.
Who can take the greatest advantage of them? Because now that means one score of the seize chance variety would be enough for Phaler. Standard plunge, though, as we see here, is not enough, as Macaws is still holding on with 3.
Sir Deluge's aim was true.
Now Macaws answers with a 15 damage throw. Phaler has it back and plunges in for the win.
The fate prevailed.
GG.
The right
GG.
conducted with aplomb.
Well played, you two.
The right is done.
I selected the wrong class.
Well played, you two. Let's head on back. But no, you definitely selected the correct class.
Align.
Okay. And let us know if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. Lilac says, I'm out of exile requests. Someone else fill in for me. Of course, if we don't have anything in mind, we can always leave it up to the players to go with whatever they'd like. We can take those requests. Lilac is begging. Pretty please. It's on cooldown anyway, I suppose. Lilac is crestfallen. Oh, okay. Murph says, why don't we go for some archetypes? We can break those out. Let me see. I think I pulled it up. Yes, I have it right here. Okay, so as a reminder, the archetypes, which I don't think we did last week, so it's been a little while, but they're basically guidelines for specific types of teams for the players to build. We have 33 of them, and they give some structure for the players to use with their teams. Some may be a little more strict than others, although in general, they are intended to give some room for interpretation so the players can interpret them however they'd like and execute them however they'd like, but they should still be... They don't have to go all in on their archetype, but they should still be a somewhat significant factor in how they construct / play their team. Let me just get a random number generator. Okay, so I'm gonna roll for Macaws first, because Macaws is player 1 here.
I recall last time we did the archetypes, it was me versus Macaws again.
Well, the hope is, mathematically speaking, with 33 different types of archetypes, there's a crazy number of potential combinations, and even if you two faced off against each other last time, and even if you rolled the same exact archetypes, my hope is that they're open-ended enough that we really never see the same exact thing 2 times, not even in a row, but ever, really. Okay, let's see. I have one for Macaws. Let me see which one this is. And we still have some that we've seen way more often than others. There are definitely some here that we've never seen before. There are some that we've seen several times. Macaws, your archetype is incoming. I am DMing the players their archetypes so that only they know, their opponent does not know. So they can't counterpick or anything like that. Let me know if you guys have any clarifying questions, but as I said, it is generally intended to be open-ended to a certain extent, so you guys can express yourself in however you think is best when it comes to setting these up. Okay, I have now rolled for Phaler. Your archetype is on the way. So the archetypes are in. Let me know if either of you guys have questions. If you do, you can just DM me. I'll answer you there to maintain the secrecy. But yeah, the hope is that by having the relatively large number of archetypes, that if we were to just always randomly roll them, or even, I guess, assign them in some other way, that we have so many potential combinations that we wouldn't really run dry. As I said, theoretically, even if you get the same exact archetype selection for each player, still could be different from one match to the next, and players may interpret it differently, especially if it's a different arena. Let's do a quick check for any clarifying questions, but it looks like you guys may be good to go. So let's load in. Speaking of arenas, that may affect how you guys choose to execute here.
The true Nightwings
Oh,
shall now
because
face
the Glade of Lou
the fate.
is quite small, quite open.
Welcome.
That is the kind of arena that definitely can affect how the players choose to set things up. So some of these archetypes are based a little bit more on the setup here, whereas others have more to do with the actual gameplay itself once the rite starts.
Sandra.
So Koss goes with a power casting Snadra as the lead. Baylor goes Prayer Beads Dalbert. Sorry, there is a plane flying overhead, which you may or may not be able to hear.
Manly.
Quick throwing Manly in the second spot for Macaws. Taylor now with a Thorned Knot Deluge in the second spot.
Bertrude.
Macaws goes Leeching Bertrude with his final selection. Phaler goes Speedy Raji. So here we go. This is an archetypes match.
The fate of first
Each player with a
to
randomly
strike
rolled
flame.
archetype to base their team around. Though those are secret, only they know. We'll see how they execute here.
Merely a
As
glancing
now it's a little bit of
blow
leech on that score from Macaws.
into the adversary's flank.
Phaler with a quick answer, but with Stubborn Flame, that is only a 10 damage plunge.
The orb.
Here's Bertrude and Manly both taken out here, though Snadra does return. Phaler, little hesitation move, stutter step, but again, that Stubborn Flame, that could be quite valuable for Macaws here. Oh, and Macaws tries to set up the sap shield on Snadra, nearly worked. Didn't quite manage to get all the way through. Now it's Bertrude. She's banished, though. Phaler with Dalbert.
Simply monstrous.
Now Phaler with an opportunity here with Raji. The Bertrude comes back just in time for Macaws. Big cast there from Dalbert, but he's banished as well. Phaler does still have a dangerous portal, though, that Macaws needs to be wary of. Snadra, the help of the Sap Shield, sets up this 20 damage plus 10 leech score.
Out to the flame.
And with that, Macaws is now in the lead. Stutter steps from Bertrude that time, but she's banished. And everyone down on Macaus's side. That means time for Phaler to plunge in there, and I believe he has Prayer Beads. And again, because Macaus was in the lead, that meant Stubborn Flame was no longer active, so that was the full 20. But this time, it's back to just being 10 damage. It's another 10 here. The shoulder smash, though, deleting Dalbert on that occasion. Snadra moves in, gets the shield, fends off 2 potential defenders that way, though the third is able to get the job done for Phaler. Now here is Dalbert, though Bertrude returns just in time for Macaus. Makes a move past one of the defenders, but does still get banished in the process. Big cast there from Snadra. Dalbert, though, is he quick enough for Phaler? Oh, big banishments from him. Snadra still has it. Down she goes. Suddenly, Macaus is defenseless. So Phaler has time for a whopping 5 from his worm. Now it's Snadra. Back to Bertrude. She's down, and that means Macaus is once again defenseless here. But the best Phaler can do is plunge for 10. He'll do it again here. And if it weren't for Stubborn Flame, it would mean that Phaler would have enough damage to deplete at least all of Macaus's starting Pyre life, but with Stubborn Flame, it is still out of range. So here is Dalbert. It's only 10 damage. Macaus still holding on for 5, and I think we saw Macaus take Rekindling. There's the Snadra shield. 20 damage there. And also some leech. Macaus back up to 15 now, which means, once again, that is out of range for Phaler. At least with 1 score, would be. Bertrude plunges here. That's 30. And now this is right where Macaus wants to be, right where Phaler does not want to be. Oh, wait, actually, I was saying that based on Macaus not having leech. I thought that Phaler was still in the lead. That was not the case because of the leech, so Phaler actually got the full damage there. So even with Stubborn Flame, Phaler would have just enough damage. Now this is where Phaler wants to be. It's just the strange math that sometimes takes place depending on where you are when it comes to Stubborn Flame. And, well, Phaler's holding on with 1 Pyre life. It means he is behind, so he's getting full damage here. No Stubborn Flame to contend with, but also no margin for error. Macaus moves in, but gets blocked and banished. Phaler now with Deluge. Make it Dalbert. He's out of stamina. Macaus with Snadra gets shielded, moves in, and with the throw, takes the win.
The true Nightwings prevail.
GG.
A narrow victory, yet
GG.
nonetheless
GG.
commendable.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
And if you would like to share your archetypes, you are welcome to do so.
So I had the archetype that gets hard countered simply by picking Stubborn Flame, which is 1,000 cuts. Win by doing a lot of small, quick scores.
Oh no.
Macaus may have had the perfect counter for Phaler in this one.
Whew, yeah, I had comeback kids, so I had to build a comp that was designed around like making a comeback. So I tried to pick all of I got the 2 leechers to like, if I got on a score deficit, to like claw my way back up, and then the rekindling for extra life plus leeching after that. So
And Stubborn Flame as well, in a way.
yeah, because otherwise he'd have won that one a while ago.
Well, GG. It was an interesting matchup. I did feel
Until the next
a little sad, but, well, I was intrigued when I saw what it rolled for the 2 of you, but yes, I was kind of anticipating that it might be challenging as soon as I saw the Stubborn Flame break out for Macaus. Tank build versus no damage build. Well, that's the thing, is The Stubborn Flame is especially effective against small frequent damage opponents, which is exactly what Phaler was doing. So it was exactly what Makas needed in that situation. Not that Makas knew, but it just so happened to work out that way. Now Lilac is once again asking that someone do an exile's request, and Murph obliges. I suppose the cool thing about that matchup is we very much did get to see both of the archetypes in their full effect. But here is the request from Lilac. For each exile you pick, you must give a fairly obscure trivia fact about them. Wait, we've seen this before! Or at least nothing that's surface level basic knowledge. If you cannot think of something within 60 seconds, you must choose another exile. Reusing this one because it's fun to see different people's responses. Murph, no! How could you? Was it the two of us who were subjected to this before? I think it was us two, right? Oh, yep, it was. Well, now Makas and Phaler, I suppose, give them a little bit of time to think up their trivia facts, but we'll load in now.
The true night wings.
And we are on the book for what I think is the first time tonight.
Welcome.
It's another small arena.
Who shall conduct the rites?
And so you guys must provide an obscure, or at least fairly obscure, trivia fact for any character that you want to select. And if you can't think of anything, you have to choose someone else.
If you max out Pamitha and Ruki's relationship in the campaign, and you liberate Pamitha before you liberate Ruki, Pamitha will throw Ruki her hat when she goes up to be liberated.
Whoa! Lilac says that's a good one. Murph is also expressing interest in getting in at some point.
Anytime.
It is starting to get a little bit late, so if we are trying to squeeze Murph in, it may make sense for us to make that switch fairly soon if either of you guys are open to swapping out.
I've been playing a little longer than Phaler, so I can hop out whenever it's time.
So if you are in the final rite and you are trying to liberate an exile who has already tried to be liberated but failed, Orlek will not give up his freedom for that exile specifically.
So you basically have no choice but to liberate Orlek in that situation?
Or yourself.
Or yourself. Okay, gotcha. Lilac also thinks that was a good one. Nice.
This is one of many paper boys. There are many like him, but this one is mine.
Messenger imp.
And then Lilac says, hey, you said you didn't own him.
I will tell you his trivia fact after I pick my next exile.
Oh,
Deluge.
suspenseful.
He's in jail because he peed on a statue.
Barker.
Fun fact, Udmilda and Deluge share a birthday.
Oh.
Udmilda.
Oh. All right, well, seems like certainly at least the first few fun facts were quite obscure. A lot of people were saying they were unfamiliar with them. Maybe the obscurity of those fun facts varied a little bit as we went on, but alas, a good showing all round.
Unexpected. The deluge
That unblockable throw there for 13 damage from Phaler's Worm. Here comes Macaws, plunging for 20 with the harp. With prayer beads, she is back. Phaler now with Orlek. It's dispossessed, as well as banished.
Oh,
Blocked, but then banishes, but then...
to the adversary's flame.
Did Deluge do that before he got banished? When did that stunning claim happen? Here is Deluge. Blocked here. Macaws eyeing the portal, but now so is Phaler, except Macaws is quick enough that despite the harp not quite hitting the target, we'll give him the 20 damage nonetheless.
No law against
As that was a throw, not a plunge, 14, not 15 damage.
glory to the scribes.
Oh, but Stubborn Flame active, except with the Titan, or not Titan Tooth, rather Cur's Fang, I believe. It's 18 damage, and then just 5, courtesy of the Stubborn Flame there. I suppose Phaler getting some revenge in that way this time round. Giving Macaws a bit of a taste of his own medicine with that Stubborn Flame.
Tis taken.
Phaler now to Udmilda. That throw,
Goes the orb.
good for 27. Macaws tries to maneuver around, instead swaps over to Barker. Now back to Pamitha. And she harp pushes her way in. Once again, it's Stubborn Flame though, reducing the damage by 10. Orlek stopped just short of the Pyre, but has it back now. This time, does hit the mark with a 25 damage plunge. And he has prayer beads, so he has returned. Means Phaler is now in the lead, so Stubborn Flame is no longer a factor. Deluge off to the races, then uses a Stubborn Claim, then passes to Udmilda, who for at least a second there was the only exile able to move. But now some room here for Macaws to capitalize on. With that plunge means one score is potentially all that Macaws needs, although Stubborn Flame is active once again, so that one is not enough. And now now just about anything for him would do. Will it come from Pamitha?
It is done.
Yes, it will.
The true Nightwings prevail.
GG.
Their
Okay.
adversaries came ever so close.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Alright, well let's head on back then.
Until the stars align.
Okay. And I know Murph was interested in getting in. Should we do one more between Macaws and Phaler before we make that swap? In case there's anything else we want to do between these two?
Yeah, sure. I will swap out after this one.
Okay. Anything we want here with what looks to be our last Macaws against Phaler match. Honor would like to hop in as well. Okay, in that case, if that works for you two, we could potentially do a double swap after this. And get
Sounds fine to me.
Murph and Honor. Not seeing anything request-wise at the moment, though. So this one might just be up to you guys to go with whatever you'd like.
The true Nightwings
Pretty sure that's a boat.
shall confront the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Okay, so no request from chat.
Messenger Imp.
That means Macaws goes with a speedy messenger imp. Whereas Phaler goes Ninja Ulmer. Goes quick throwing Ignarius. While Phaler takes Prayer Beads Tamitha. Last pick for Macaws is a Typhoon Bottle Manly. While Phaler goes Speedy Ignarius. So here we go. Both players taking their preferred teams in what looks to be our final matchup between Macaws and Phaler for the day. It's Macaws here initially with Messenger Imp and with the extra damage from the Mastery. That's a 25 damage plunge. But it does mean no Messenger Imp here, and Phaler threads the needle with that throw. Good for 20 from Ulmer. Ulmer back. Trying to repeat what he did last round, but this time Macaws is in position to intercept. Comes up a little bit short on that imp attack, but does create a portal in the process. Phaler, his throw is intercepted, and Macaws through that portal. And that sets up a quick 7 damage sap throw. Ulmer, his throw intercepted. Macaws with Messenger Imp. Looking for the right angle. Goes the throwing route here. This time it's 8 damage. Almer. Throw intercepted. Iggy's turn, but he goes down. The other Iggy, this time for Phaler. And he's the only one out there, which means Typhoon Bottle is active, so no choice but to plunge. It is 30 damage, but it does now mean no Ignarius for Phaler in this round. Macaws has a little more room to maneuver. That makes it easier to plunge with Messenger Imp for 25. Ooh, and Phaler is able to get the throw in that time. 20 damage from Almer once again. And repeats it here. That does drop Macaws down to 10, but I'm fairly sure I saw Macaws take full rekindling on his sap. That's why he took the Typhoon Bottle Talisman. So it means we would see 50 on the second life bar for Macaws, which means this one is far from over, even after this plunge. Phaler with Almer. Now it's Macaws with Iggy. Looking for a little boat magic. It didn't really arrive. Series of banishments. Suddenly it's just Tamitha for Phaler. Tries to find a circuitous route toward the Pyre, but Macaws was ready. Messenger. It's for the right moment and finds it. Plunging there for 25.
The dissident's adversaries gained an
Phaler.
edge.
Almer. Baits the defender out of position. That opens up this 20 damage throw.
A show of strength from the true knight.
It does technically mean Phaler could finish this with an Ignarius full damage score. Anything else would be a little bit short of the mark. Oh, but everyone down here. It looks like Macaws is coming back first with Messenger Imp. And is he quick enough? He is. Enough time to plunge suddenly. Macaws could finish this with one score from anyone. Phaler, again, it is possible, but would need to be picky if he wants to do it in one fell swoop. Iggy or Macaws. But down he goes. Here comes Phaler. Does he force the issue with Ignarius, or is he willing to settle for a little bit less? Macaws does get rid of Phaler's Ignarius, and now here comes Macaws with his own Ignarius. Blocked here, but retrieves the orb once again, banishes one of the defenders, but then gets banished by the opposing Ignarius. Phaler swaps into his Ignarius, gets rid of the last of the defenders. Is Phaler quick enough? Typhoon Bottle is active. Oh, but Macaws with the last second save. A game-saving play. Macaws stalling, waiting for his Ignarius to return, and here he is. Phaler, though, gets rid of him. Unless the boat magic expedites Phaler's trip, will be Macaws getting there first, but Phaler, now with Ignarius against the opposing Ignarius. Macaws once again up to the test defensively. Now moving in with Ignarius, and it is Macaws who is the winner. GG.
GG's.
Great match. Well played, you two.
The rite is ended.
All right. Well, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And it does seem like that would make this a good time for us to swap Macaws and Phaler out and get Murph and Anor in, if that still works for all you guys.
Absolutely. Great games, Phaler, and thanks for hosting Lids.
Thanks for stopping by, Macaws. Good to have you in. Let me free you from Steam Remote Play. I think Phaler is already freed, which means I can now get Anor and Murph. There we are. Invites should be on their way.
Hello, right?
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Noise. Alright, let's just see. Anor, are you? I think Anor's in already as well, right? Can one of you guys just confirm who is player 1 and who is player 2?
Give me just a sec. I think I'm player 1. I'm moving the thing.
Okay. Yeah, Murph player 1, Anor player 2. Anor. And are these the triumvirates you're looking for? Yeah, I saw that, Anor. I was like, oh, I was expecting the Nightwings. Then you threw a little curveball there with the true Nightwings. And is it Pyre Hearts for you today, Murph?
Yeah, Pyre Heart, sorry.
Okay, gotcha. Pyre Hearts here. True Nightwings there. We do have a talisman request. Only talismans from the 5th row.
I have no idea which talismans
I was
those
gonna
are.
say, that means absolutely nothing to me when I'm not looking at the list.
Yeah.
So,
That's
maybe that's
not-
great, maybe that's awful. I couldn't tell you.
It's not Lanthorn. There's only 3 rows. Are there even 3 rows on the second page? I don't know. There's not 3 rows of real talismans.
The first
It's
row
all
is all
first
the cursed
page.
talismans, so you're not getting those.
True. No curse. I feel like
Why don't we load in?
quickness is around. No, quickness is the bottom left somewhere. Is it like Aura Burst talisman, maybe? Maybe like Moon Crest. I'm just like envisioning the grid in my head.
Yeah. Well, here's your answer.
Here we go.
What'll it be?
I mean, yeah, let me see what the things are before I even pick a... Okay, a Moon Crest. Beads are here. Oh.
You do get prayer beads. You do get one of the leeching
Aura Scale is
talismans.
valuable here.
Leech, Mooncrest.
Honestly. Yeah, but I'm not giving it to this guy. Come on.
Oh.
Don't make me laugh.
Alright, so it's a legendary deluge in the first spot for Murph. Remember, it is 5th row talismans only. That was the request. If you don't take a worm, then obviously that means you have 1 fewer talisman to choose between. As Nor opts for prayer beads on the stowaway.
I don't know about that.
Might be easier to think of which talismans you don't want, rather than which ones you do want. You kind of look at it from either direction. Of a process of elimination. As Murph goes for the mottled flask now, I will admit, that is perhaps the talisman that I least expected people to use. But it's up to the players. At least of the ones they have to select between, that is probably the one that we see the least often. As it's a Neeland Leech on Tizo in the second spot for Anor. And then surely we saw Murph pass up on prayer beads the first 2 times, but there was never a situation in which either player was going to skip prayer beads, right? As Anor goes Mooncrest on Headwind, so here we go. All 5th row talismans for Murph and Anor, and have you guys ever played each other before? Because I'm not sure if you have.
I don't know.
So here is Anor with the stowaway. She's blocked. Now here comes Murph, plunging for 20 with the harp. Stowaway first to the orb. She's blocked again though, but persistent with that teleporting salute, not giving Murph even a moment. But eventually, he is able to break through for a 15 damage throw there. Stowaway again. This time, she does the plunging. Good for 20. And she has prayer beads, so Anor is fine with that. Stowaway down. Headwind, though, brings her back. Here's Headwind once more, once again bringing back the stowaway. Sacred Bond giving Anor some good value here. Murph shoulder smashed this time. As Anor, both players even, have portals, neither of which is especially close to the opposing Pyre, but it is a small arena, so any portal I suppose can help. Now Anor's is quite close. One Murph's might even be a super portal, because he did get infinite stamina there. So plunges for 15 with the worm. That was not the prayer beads exile, though. So Murph is down one worm here. Headwind is eyeing the stowaway, does bring her back by stepping on her portrait. That throw is intercepted. Murph quick enough to make that recovery, but now Murph defenseless, at least until Tizo returns. Does take a second for his aura to come back, though, and in that moment, there's enough time for Headwind to plunge in here. He did not have prayer beads, though, so he is now gone in this round. That leaves Tizo and the stowaway.
That one almost got through.
And Tizo, for Murph, throws the orb deliberately off his own Pyre to bounce it out. Anor spreading the field wide. Stowaway one side, Tizo the other. Now it's back with Murph, and that means Murph has a whole lot of space here, especially with no defenders able to stop this harp plunge.
The true Nightwing seem to be
So
falling
it looks like
behind.
likely a 2-score game for either player here. Anor on the attack. Does get a plunge, and now it may be a 1-score game for Anor. Remember, does have prayer beads on the stowaway, so she's still in. Headwind sidesteps. Anor looking to bring the stowaway back. Here she is, only to quickly go down again. And that means time for Murph to respond, and it is now a sudden death match. 1 score for either player, likely enough to do the trick. Who will it be? Here comes Murph! But the throw is only 12. Murph cuts it short, and that is a difference maker here. Anor is holding on, and with that extra time, plunges in for the winning score.
Although their adversaries put up quite an effort,
GG.
thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played, you two. Well, that was possibly the first match ever between Murph and Anor. Using all talismans from the 5th row.
Until the stars align.
And let us know, chat, if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. That obviously was a talisman request on that occasion. If we don't have anything in mind... Oh, hold on. It's archetypes again. Alright. Murph, I know we've done archetypes with you before. Anor, is this your first time? Oh, this is Anor requesting archetypes. So, I suppose she knows that someone is signing... Well, she's the one signing up for this. I don't know how familiar you are with the process, though.
First time. No, they exist though.
What's that?
I know they exist, but I never played and don't know what it involves.
Okay. So basically, the idea is I have 33 different descriptions, different archetypes for teams that you can potentially have. And they're supposed to give you some guidance for how you build your team. In some cases, they're a little more specific than others, but they're supposed to give you some direction while at the same time still giving you some flexibility to interpret them however you see fit. Some of them involve specific ways that you set up your characters with things like the classes, masteries, and talismans, whereas other ones are more based on the way that you actually play, gameplay-wise, once the match starts. So I'll randomly do a random number generator to assign you guys archetypes that way, and then I will DM you in Discord which archetype you have been assigned. It'll have a little name and description. If you have any questions about what it means, then just DM me and I'll respond that way, because that means we can keep the archetype secret from your opponent so that they can't counterpick you and they're just focusing on their archetype. So let me roll first for Murph. As I said, we've seen a lot of repeats. Just the random number generator likes rolling the same numbers, so there are still several I think that we've never seen before. And this is definitely, the matchup is going to make this unique, because if Murph and Anor have never played each other, they've certainly never played each other with archetypes before. Murph, there is yours. Now I'm rolling for Anor. Okay, Anor, I have sent you a DM on Discord for your archetype as well. So again, there may be some very obvious ways to build that archetype, but most of them should give you at least a few ways to approach it. And you don't necessarily need to go all in on whatever the theme is, but it should at least be a somewhat significant component of your team. So let me know if you guys have any clarifying questions. If so, just DM me in Discord and I can secretly respond without revealing your archetype to your opponent. It looks like you may both be ready to go here, and of course it may depend a little bit on what arena we find ourselves playing in here, so let's see. I hear some imps. So it is the Isle of Kalamer. That certainly adds an element of chaos.
Welcome.
So we shall see
Who shall conduct the rites?
how the players implement their teams here. Oh, and Duffel House. Sorry, I didn't realize a few minutes ago, also a minute ago, also a few seconds ago, you followed. I feel like the notification didn't go up for that, or I just missed it, but thanks for stopping by. Good to have you. We're doing some multiplayer Pyre. Maybe I was just distracted by the archetypes. Nor goes Speedy Volfred. So as a reminder, you have your archetypes, you should focus on them, but you don't need to go 100% with only the most extreme things. Whatever you think is the right balance. That is a Solium's Horn. Jodariel there. Eleanor goes Prayer Beads on Pamitha. Speedy Ignarius is the last choice for Murph. That's 2 demons plus 1 nomad. Anor currently sitting on 1 sap, 1 harp. But make it a second sap. This one with Typhoon Bottle. So here we go. Both players have their archetypes. They are the only ones who know what they are, though. Their opponents don't know what to expect. It is Anor getting us started with a 20 damage plunge from that harp. And does have prayer beads on Pamitha, so she is back.
Now then.
Pamitha once more tries to harp push her way in, but she goes down. That means Anor is defenseless at the moment, but does have the Numbing Gust, which is significantly hindering Murph. There might have even been a Typhoon Ball. Same effect, of course. Murph unable to sprint, jump, throw, or use any other special abilities. There you go, it's Typhoon Bottle. Unable to do any of that stuff while everyone is banished on Anor's side, but fortunately on that occasion, Snadra was already close enough to the Pyre that Murph was able to plunge either way.
No, not Ignarius.
Here comes Murph, this time with Jody. Except Pamitha swoops in. Steals that orb. Can't find a way around Ignarius. Exploding Sapling. Gets rid of Jody. Nor moving in with Volfred. And at least for a minute there, Murph was defenseless, except now Murph got the stop. It seems like it has the makings of being a very defensive match here between the many auras from the saps and saplings and just the size of the auras from the demons. But the demons are down. That means time for Anor to throw that one in for 25. They do have relatively long respawn times. At least the demons certainly do. A little less so in the case of Snadra. And the saps, they do have the mastery that gives hope. Don't remember to what extent we saw Anor taking that, but well shielded there. Bouncing back the cast at Murph. But of course, those shields do use up stamina, so Anor can't keep them active all the time. But he's still getting some decent value out of them. Ametha. Waiting for the right opportunity. Finds a little bit of a gap, but can't quite get past Snadra. So here's Murph. It's Iggy. Opts to throw, and from that range, able to get it in. That's the full 30 damage. And Anor tries to hold the shield, but as I was saying, there's a limit to how long Anor can keep it active. Well shielded there. Helps to set up Pamitha, who's on the move, who then switches in to one of the saps, though Bolfred gets sacrificed in the process. Snadra for Murph once more. She's blocked. Vanishes one there, I believe. Ametha. Bolfred. Ametha once again. Snakes around one of the defenders, but Murph able to recover. The big cast once again bounced back. Oh, and was that a shield that made that happen there? Anor moves in with the sap, and that may have been an unblockable throw from that range. That is sometimes the case for the saps when they get up close. It was 22 rather than the full 25, though. So Anor did have to cut it a little bit short. Shield wasn't enough to save Pamitha, nor was it enough to save Volfred. That leaves just Palmas back defensively against Iggy, and he'll throw it in for 30. That does drop Anor down to 20 damage, but with 2 saps and Typhoon Bottle rather than Numbing Gust, you have to imagine that means that Anor took a whole lot of rekindling. So I don't think that means Murph needs just 1 score. I think it's a lot more than that. Anor on the attack. First attempt didn't pan out. Second attempt, Murph also gets the banishment there. But on the third attempt, Pamitha does make it through. Murph. Actually, Anor with a speedy Volfred first to get the orb. Murph getting aggressive with Jody. Once again, opts to throw, and that has been a lot more effective, it seems, than the plunges. There is the rekindling. It's full on one of the saps, and only partial on the other, so a total of 60. Which means we are just about tied here. Ametha, for Anor, flies over 1 and in. Exploding Sapling gets rid of one of Murph's demons, but Snadra still able to get the orb here. Throw. Murph cancels, tries again. No, that angle isn't quite right either. Anor intercepts, tries to build a wall of sap shields, and it works to a certain extent. At least enough so to buy Pamitha some time. But down she goes. That leaves just Palmas, who's getting cornered. Typhoon Bottle activates. Is Murph quick enough? The orb is just far enough away. Not quite what Murph wanted to see. Pamitha manages to escape a bit. Down she goes. Iggy trying to break through, but Anor able to stop that attack. Pamitha once more. Murph snuffs that out. Snadra, she's blocked and lands in that sapling. Pamitha recovers the stamina, now makes her move, and gets in. That means 1 score is now maybe all that Anor needs. Depends, of course, on whether it's full damage, and it does seem like both players have at times needed to compromise with some quicker damage scores. It has been hard for players to break through here. Very defensive match. As I said, that seemed to be the case. It has lived up to the potential as amazing stop there from Murph. Perfectly timed cast. Can't get much closer than that.
Didn't see that coming.
Of course, would have been game, set, and match. Murph is still holding on. It's just Snadra right now. Needs to be careful as Snadra goes down. Anor moves in and plunges with her sap to seal the victory. GG.
GG.
Victory it was.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Now, if you would like to share which archetypes you had, you are welcome to do so.
My archetype was Shieldmaster, so I needed to utilize Sap Shields or Pipe Shields, and it is kind of perfect for me as a Sap player.
Fair. My archetype was Banishment. I had to prioritize banishing my opponents as often or for as long as possible.
Okay.
So I took big cast builds, which is why I was, was a little annoying against all the shields.
I
The
did
Typhoon Bow.
I did giggle a little bit when I saw how
But it
those two matchups were.
It was a playable
likely to
matchup,
play
I
out.
think.
I mean, it was interesting because you both basically neutralized each other quite a bit, and it just made it much
Yeah.
slower and more deliberate. Very well played, both of you. So let's head on back.
Until the next
Blood Princess, how's it going? Says we ought to throw on a sermon intro. We can certainly do that. Is there anything else we'd like to see? Anor is turning Customize off. Well, there you go. The games
Okay.
are chaotic, I suppose that means. Randomized Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans. And that covers just about everything. So why don't we hop in?
Why, hello, exiles. You stand within the Book of Rites itself. Here you shall be tested by your adversary. Try not to let the pressure get to you. Pyre hearts, stand prepared. True night wings.
Alright, so it
stand
is
ready.
a Nomad, a Worm, and a Crone for Murph. It is a Sap and 2 Curs for Anor, as we see both players experimenting a little bit with what they have here, as it is largely a mystery. Seems like Murph did not have the Worm Salute. Don't know if we had any other big discoveries there. Bertrude. Blocked.
The Pyre hearts make
But
their mark
it is
on
Murph.
the flame.
Plunging with his Worm, and that was Deluge, and he does not have any prayer beads, so he is gone in this round.
The orb is up.
Was that Murph checking for the Crone Salute there? It might have been. If so, came up empty,
Display.
but with Hex of Defeat. Wait. That was... What was the math there? Was also a talisman that must have boosted the damage as well. Yeah, plus the Hex of Defeat. Just saw the plus 13, which is not really a number that I'm used to seeing very often. I think it was the combination of the Mastery plus a talisman of some variety. That is a can singularity on Deluge, I'm fairly sure.
All banished.
I'm just saying, Murph does have Sacred Bond, so there is some potential there. As Anor does have the Exploding Saplings on Manly. And does have the right timing on the shield, at least on that first occasion there. Here's Murph. Lendl, looking to bring back Bertrude. Here she is. And that throw is unblockable, but it doesn't quite have the range Murph is looking for. What about this time, though? Once again, just falling a little bit short. Dalbert with a surprisingly large amount of space to exploit there. Does so, leading to a plunge.
How fortuitous.
Manly. Back to Barker. Just deluge back defensively for Murph. Maybe not the exile he would prefer to see in that situation, but gets the job done nonetheless. Lendl with Astral Eye. That's extra damage at the cost of reduced hope.
More like that and we are finished here.
And it does mean one score may be all that Murph needs here. Don't know if we've seen Deluge have the damage to do it, but certainly Bertrude would have enough, and there's no one to stop her here, except Honor has Rekindling. It's 10, courtesy of Manly's Mastery. Means Honor is still in contention here, as now Murph is defenseless. So Honor plunges with one of those curs for 20. It means no Barker in this round. I don't believe Honor has any damage boosting talismans such that she would be able to finish this with one score here, except, well, she immediately proves me wrong, as that would have been a game-winning throw if not for Murph being able to intercept and then counterattack for the winning score. GG.
Perhaps they do deserve their freedom after all.
GG.
Well played, you two.
The right is
I don't know what I had on my Crone. It gave me like 38 damage.
Right, the Crone had something boosting your damage, but we know it wasn't
No one
the
had
reduced
the
hope.
other thing, yeah.
It must have been the one that gives you damage when you're on, I think it was less Pyre life at the time?
until the stars
Maybe.
align.
I
Otherwise,
think it
or
was
it could have been
defeat
Cur-
triggered as well. So that makes
Was it a
sense.
plunge or was it a throw? I forget.
Pretty sure it was a plunge.
Okay, so
I
it
don't
might
think
have
I got
been
any
Curve.
Crone throws. If it was a throw, it would have been like, oh, I didn't charge it enough or something.
Might have been a Curvane or one of the
Probably Curvane.
flames.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright, well, it is starting to get fairly late, so I'm thinking it may make sense for this to be our penultimate rite, the last one in which we take any requests from chat before our liberation rite, so let us know if there is anything that we would like to do for this one. Oh, and Lilac was ready. As soon as I said that, all demons, no masteries, no talismans.
Oh my.
On the Bogut.
Oh.
Just to... I mean... Does that really come as a surprise? Maybe not. So I suppose, what, song would be just about the only thing we could still add here? If there is anything we would like to add, otherwise that accounts for just about everything. Excuse me? Excuse me. Okay, we'll take the second one.
Trash backpack.
At least the second one you actually said thrash, not trash. I'll roll with thrash backpack.
Versus the true
That's acceptable, at least.
Welcome.
Alright, so all demons, no masteries, no talismans. Oh, I suppose we didn't ask the clarifying question, does Orlek count as a playable character? Apparently the answer is yes. Orlek does count. Okay, well, good.
We gotta
Because
add a
Murph
little
has
spice
already
here.
locked them in.
Orlek.
That is how both players start, and now it is mostly just a matter of personal preference.
Ignatius.
As we see both players take exactly the same combination in exactly the same order.
Now then.
So all demons, but no fancy tricks here. That is, except of course, for some potential boat magic.
Some chaos.
These demons, especially Orlek, do have some very long respawn times, so I imagine we'll find ourselves in situations like this fairly often, where at least one of the players is completely defenseless, at times potentially even both players, waiting for an exile to return. Jody down there. Now Nor with just 2 of the demons. Then again, without any masteries, without any talismans, the demons are a little bit slower than they might otherwise be. So it may be harder to capitalize on those opportunities even when there are no defenders back to stop you. But then again, the boat magic may have something to say about that. It may all come down to whichever player can wield the boat magic the most effectively. Here's Murph, making a move, but the move comes up empty. Jody for an oar, plunges in here, and then of course, Orlek may have the extra mobility, but he has reduced hope, significantly reduced hope, and he also only does 25 damage rather than the 30 that the other demons do, and there is a chance that may make a difference mathematically, as Anor is now defenseless, especially after plunging, of course, even more likely to find a player without any of their characters in here. So that's Orlek scoring for 25 there. So that's a couple of times now when one could argue Murph has left a little damage on the table. But that's Orlek plunging for 25 this time, and surely at this point, even if it's not the 30 damage from the other demons, Murph would take 3 scores. As Anor is currently just looking at the 1 from one of the normal, quote-unquote, demons. Players need to be mindful of how many characters they have left. If you only have 1 and you lose it, you could be in a really tricky spot. Nor with Jody, and now Orlek making his return. Nor back at full strength, in fact. Using Orlek aggressively here, and Anor manages to deplete the entirety of Murph's team, and once again may have just been thinking for a split second there, can I afford to get one of these higher damage demons over there? But ultimately decided no, that is not the case, so settled for an Orlek throw. That was Jody, on both sides, in fact, who's now gone down. Orlek for Nor gets some boat magic. And that sets up a plunge. And that means 1 score could be enough here for Nor. Doesn't matter which demon, but it would need to be close to full damage. And same can be said, to be fair, for Murph. Though slightly less margin for error there, except that Anor plunged with Orlek, so he's not coming back this round. Best Anor can do is have 2 demons, and that is not enough to stop Murph as he plunges in for the win.
Their pyre nearly was extinguished there, but no.
GG.
The right is
GG.
done.
Well played, you two. That was all demons, no masteries, no talismans,
Until the next right.
but yes to boat magic. But I think that means it is time now for us to, well, first of all, set these back before we forget. And I think it may be time for our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So no requests from chat for this one. Instead, we will be heading to the Fall of Solium, having the players take their preferred teams to finish things off in style, and I suppose that also means we're looking at Never to Return Nightwings edition. So if you guys are ready, let's get going.
Good evening, exiles. Welcome to the Fall of Solium. You have this opportunity to prove your worth. Let us determine which of you is the superior. Higher hearts, stand ready. True Nightwings, stand prepared. The rite shall begin forthwith.
Alright, so as we were saying, this will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So no requests from chat for this one, both players just taking their preferred teams, and that is a Titan Tooth Hamatha for Murph in the lead spot. Feels like we haven't seen much of the Fall of Solium yet today, for whatever that's worth, as we see a Prayer Beats Hamatha in the lead spot for Nor. Webbed Lanthorn Tizo is Murph's second selection. Nor goes Nutrition Stick on a Numbing Gust Volfret. Speedy Jody, that's who Murph takes in the last spot. Whereas Anor goes for a quick throwing Palmas. So alright, here we go, our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. Murph on the left representing the Pyre Hearts, and Nor on the right representing the True Nightlings. Best of luck to you both.
have served her true. Oh. The orb is up. A blow against the adversary's pyre. So much for Wilfred. As per the sacred law. Barely a mark against that flame. How sad for that one there. Oof. Oh. Now then. Ouch. Now to the flame. The orb quenches the flame. Now go on, just once more. A stifled effort. Die. There it is, at last. The
there it
true
is.
Wings proved their worth.
GG.
Of their adversaries, the
GG.
same cannot be said.
Well played, you two.
Thus ends the liberation rite.
That was our liberation rite, our final rite of the night. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites and everyone who gave us the requests in chat as well. I am going to hop out of Discord, but I will catch you guys next time. Alright, and let me just free them from remote play. There we go. Throw this screen on, and as I said, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and everyone who gave us the requests in chat as well. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then you can join the Rite Club Discord server by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids, I'm hosting these Rite Nights, and my streaming schedule actually is likely to change this upcoming week because there is a new game update for Path of Exile 2 that we are working around. So it's probably going to be something along the lines of early-ish in the week. We may end up doing a stream to sort of prepare for the upcoming Path of Exile update, design a character, what have you, stuff like that. Then Wednesday, we would probably end up doing our Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer stream. Then Thursday, we do the First Descendant. Friday, we do the Path of Exile update. Then Saturday, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. And then Sunday, back to Pyre stuffs. And then Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch that stuff there as well. Also doing some Hades 2 videos straight to YouTube, in addition to our second ever Path of Exile 2 build guide video, which you can check out right there. But if you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get a notification for when I go live. Also, at Lids Vids on Twitter, I post them when I go live as well. But actually, the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids, especially on weeks such as this, where the schedule is different and potentially subject to change, is my Discord, which you can join by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.